Hey, y'all. Sorry, I was going to do this live last night, and then I had other things that I needed to get done. So we're doing it today. We're going to actually do 2 streams today. We're going to do the green team shenanigans, the green team back in action. Hank, I should have titled this stream, How Bad's Hank going to be? Hank is missing his daddy, something fierce, and he is just fit to be tied. So we'll see if he takes a nap. Come on, get your bone. Get your bone. How bad will Hank be today? He just misses his dad. Okay. All right. Here you go. Here's what he's doing. Hank, come here. Come say hi to your friends. Come say hi to your friends. Hey. Come say hi to your friends. This is, sorry. It's, turn your volume down. Bella, you don't have to be so snappy either. And you don't need to be such, see, he just, there's what he's doing. Just typical Hank being Hank. We'll see if we can get him to take a nap. That's going to be the success story of today. No, you don't need to talk today. He wants to talk so bad. I don't know if he's got husky in him or what. He's just bad. He's just bad. Oh, Scaramouche, she just can't stand it. She's like, what the hell is going on here? All right, you guys ready? Here, let's show him one more time how bad you actually are. Are you bad? Why you got your ears laid back right now? I don't want kisses. Sir. Sir. I mean, didn't see you there. Couldn't tell there was another whole dog right there. Just going to lay down right on top of her. I swear. Sometimes you just got to laugh because he's just like, is there somebody there? Nope. Ridiculous. Hey, everybody coming in. All right. You guys are ready to roll? Let's get the show on the road. Oh no, I just realized Kyle's in the intro of this video. I wonder if I asked his permission or I forced him to be in the video. I'm going to have to ask him and see if I can get his permission because poor guy is just deprived of his own wants. And, you know, I force him. He's so uninterested in everything I do. So I need to make sure that I get his permission so he can't sue me later for using his likeness and his image. Remind me, Pika. Text Kyle and force him to sign a contract that I can use his likeness. Okay. Yes. Hashtag free Kyle, save Kyle. Even though he's not home, he might be tied up somewhere else. And look at, while that intro was playing, Bella decided to move to the other side of the couch and look who followed her. Oh my God. This is all day long. All day. They go from one side of the couch to the other. Bella moves, he follows. He may or may not be under the stairs with Kenzie. That is true. That is true. All right, you guys ready? Okay, so the green team has been up to a lot. You've heard Granny's talked about it a little bit. Other people have kind of talked about Seth being out there protesting. We're not going to really talk a lot about Seth protesting. Again, he is a father of a missing child. That is very well known. I do not agree with Seth's behavior and what he has displayed publicly at all. That's known. But he does have a child that's missing. So I can understand bits and pieces of the frustration potentially if he is getting no information. However, the stories have changed on and off so often that it's hard to kind of, oh, revival. Just because you're in here, revival might be the only one that gets this, but oh, and the rest of you will get that at some day later down the road. I will be being a smart ass like I normally am. They're so comfortable. And this one's linen. So it's like super, it feels like you're wearing nothing, truly. All right, you guys, let's talk about this shit. We're going to start with At Night. So At Night made a post on the 28th. Due to the escalating complexity and mounting international tensions in the region where At Night is actively searching for Sebastian Rogers, when have they ever actively searched? We may be compelled to turn to the public sooner than anticipated, depending on confirmation regarding the detainee's status. A detainee's status? In preparation, At Night is prepared to issue an international BOLO alert. I thought they already did that. Accompanied by footage of a subject overseas who bears a strong resemblance to Sebastian. This release is intended to amplify awareness and accelerate verification. What? Overseas, that could be anywhere. Our deployment on the ground, comprised of 2 men and 1 woman, remains positioned in an active conflict zone. They are working in real time with both international authorities and militant intermediaries to determine whether the subject was prematurely released before a conclusion identification could be secured. Despite limited numbers, our team continues to push forward in an environment where security, timing, and clarity are all under extraordinary strain. What the fuck are they doing? They've already done these international bolos. What is going on? Nothing has changed. There is nothing new that has changed. There is no new information that has came out factual from law enforcement. Hey, Wendy, I got to rewatch. I was prepping for this stream. I got to rewatch your live from earlier. And thank you for the support. Thank you very much. It's good to see you. Vibrator, thank you for the super sticker too. I didn't see that. Thank you so much for the support, you guys. But you have the green team members. We haven't talked about this one in a while, so let's go here. My question all over is, what are they doing? Well, CLM, according to At Night's previous postings, they had already gone to Hong Kong, Mexico. They've already deployed resources. So it's been this constant, I don't know, Music City Mom. It's so frustrating because to me, that is interference with an active investigation. What At Night Intelligence Agency is doing is, in my opinion, again, very, very much interference with an active, ongoing missing child's case. T Guzzler, it does. It not even a B- movie. Like, we're talking Z-. Oh, one quick note. We will be doing a live stream tonight, reviewing BJ's live stream from last night, early morning. And that will be my response to what she did today. But one thing I want to talk about really quick, because it does have to do with At Night and Dog the Bounty Hunter. So somebody was really upset that I mentioned gun safety yesterday. and talked about how unsafe and neglectful it is for guns to be in a home in that capacity. Well, I'm going to say it again, especially in light of what happened to Dog the Bounty Hunter's grandson recently. You would think that that would be, landing in people's heads, that was, according to what we know, an accident. And you would think being associated with Dog the Bounty Hunter, people like that wouldn't have such an issue, but accidents happen. We are not fixing any of these issues of school shootings with thoughts and prayers. I'm going to continue to harp on it. And if it bothers you, sorry, let it bother you. If you are a responsible gun owner, you will have no problem with what I'm talking about, because you, chances are, will feel the exact same. Responsible gun ownership is a huge thing. And when accidents like this are happening, it's a problem. So come for me all you want, have a problem, and I will continue to push back on it. Sarah Lynn, get fucked. You don't get to sit over here no more. Okay, Crime Time Buzz. Let's talk about her shenanigans recently. Sarah Lynn is not welcome here anymore. I've put up with that, her stupid ass, and I'm pretty sure it's an alt of some dumb bitch that's no longer talked about. August 26th is the date of this one. Let's look.
547 days since Sebastian Rogers was reported missing. 547 days since his father, Seth Rogers, has hugged him, seen him, spoken to him, known where he is. 547 days where Sebastian's parent, Seth Rogers, has searched virtually alone.
Virtually alone. So Seth Rogers is the only parent she names, of course, because she has full green team shenanigans. In fact, she did some scan of some image, and who do you think it is? I've been paying attention to her. She's just been spinning the wheels again. But I'm glad you mentioned virtually, because according to Seth Rogers' own statements, he has searched 4 times. 4 times.
547 days of begging the lead agency, the sheriff, Eric Kratic, to answer his calls, to communicate to him, to be honest and not lie to him, to answer emails, to read emails, to respond to emails, to answer tips, to respond to tips, to follow through with tips, to communicate honestly, transparently, to do a news conference, anything, to say his name, Sebastian Rogers, to run a campaign that actually realized, hey, look, I have a child missing and I have a campaign. I'm going to use my campaign to bring awareness to this missing child. Oh no. 547 days
of the green team lying, misinforming, and fabricating information.
Of almost all silence, at least since April of 2024. The father had to go protest today outside the office of Sumner County Sheriff Office.
He didn't have to do anything. He chose to. That's his right.
The sheriff's office. Sadly, from what I've heard, the sheriff never surfaced. Never.
I mean, would you be so willing to go out and speak to a man that is saying, "Where is my son? Is he under your desk?" Would you be so willing to go speak to a man that at every time you've turned around and tried to give this man information, he has used it as leverage to come to the internet and concoct rumors and speculation to attack the mother of the missing child? Would you be so inclined to go out there and have a speaking moment with this guy? Probably not. The only reason why Seth is in this position is because Seth put himself in this position by his alignments with people like At Night, Creative Intelligence Agency, lacking intelligence agency, in my opinion, and Tony Mathis. They created a clown show, and Seth was all for it. And now he has no relations with law enforcement. But that's nobody's fault but his own.
Went out to tell that father, don't you worry, we're here. Well, let's talk about this. Seth Rogers found out his child was missing out of Hendersonville, Tennessee, where his ex-wife was supervising.
His ex-wife, Sebastian's mother, Katie. That Ellen Heifer, if you don't say hi to me, I'm bullshitting. Happy Friday and long weekend. Oh, it is a lot. That's right. I'm so off on everything. That Ellen, thank you for the support. Hey, that Ellen. Hey, Beth. Hey, everybody coming in. What is he doing?
Licking the water out of Olivia's cup.
Oh my God. Now Kiki's acting a fool. Can anybody in this house just behave right?
No.
With locked doors, she claims, at night and locked in the morning, but Sebastian nowhere to be found. Flashlights were caught on the neighbor's footage, yet the sheriff, Eric Kratic, said they were trash trucks, which was ludicrous to most, to all, because the mother had...
It was ludicrous to all, but it was something that Seth himself came on and repeated on multiple occasions. He repeated it on the Pascal show that it was a trash truck, and he also repeated it on a news interview. So if it's so ludicrous, then why was Seth the one pushing that story?
Said Sebastian's last chore was taking the trash to the front of the house at the end of the driveway, not to the backyard. It was a ludicrous statement.
A ludicrous statement repeated over and over again from Seth Rogers.
He then was upset because it got leaked. Yes, it did. Saying he hadn't seen it, or they didn't have it. The source wasn't sure which was said, which is also...
The source wasn't sure. Of course. Imagine that. Her sources have been so valuable.
Ludicrous, because they were watching it day one at the command post. They knew there were flashlights. They knew there was a sedan. Yet they have a father who has enough stress of being the only parent searching, allegedly, that we've seen. And he's...
Again, I'm going to ask for those in the back. Where have we seen Seth Rogers searching for Sebastian? He himself stated in court documents that he has searched 4 times for Sebastian. We don't know what they are doing, any of them. But to continue to push off this narrative that Chris and Katie are doing nothing and he's the only one out here is, you're right, ludicrous.
Still has to beg law enforcement to try and get involved somehow, to do their jobs, or pack their bags.
Let's look. Janice and Accounting, I'm not sure. This one got 1807. Her views have dwindled, thankfully, finally.
Because you know what, my friends? This man was
amping up again.
And if you live in that town, please, I hope your child never goes missing, because this will be a repeat of what's going on with Sebastian, in my opinion.
Really? Because there was another child that after Sebastian went missing in the same damn location with the same agencies helping, found another child that went missing. Unfortunately, Sebastian wasn't found, but this same agency, this same group of people found another missing child not long after Sebastian went missing. So you're trying to discredit this law enforcement agency when they have done their jobs time and time again.
There's no care. There's no raising awareness. There's no kindness to a father and understanding. They have made his life that is so unimaginable.
Kindness to a father who has came out here and called the sheriff's struggle snuggle, who has disrespected, lied, called them corrupt, aligned himself with the very people who have harassed people in their town and county. Really? But he's supposed to be shown kindness. I guess if he wants kindness, then maybe he should have behaved better instead of doing the things he did. Again, yes, he's a parent of a missing child, natural frustrations, but he and his cronies put himself in this position.
Even worse, if you can imagine that, which is even unimaginable. Collecting a paycheck, but not doing their duties. Ignoring ransom demands. Not following tips. Having voice.
Ignoring ransom demands. Do you remember the last time we talked about her? It was in regards to the supposed ransom demands. Her and Crime Time Buzz and At Night did this whole thing where one of her subs supposedly had a message sent to their child that somehow got to the mother, and then it went to Crime Time Buzz, and then who turned it over to At Night. That's when they deployed resources to Hong Kong and other countries. And lo and behold, it was bullshit all along. It was bullshit. They knew it. That's why they didn't look into it.
The voice messaging go to retired employees.
It's just like the stupid bullshit she did with Ford's Pond in Oregon in a sighting when there was no possible way, no proof of it whatsoever. And here she is continuing to run with this. This channel, Crime Time Buzz, aka J with the E, has been nothing but a rabid source of misinformation. And she claims to be an educator. That's scary. That is truly, in my opinion, scary as shit. Penny, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. Welcome to the band of bitches. Oh, I kind of like that ring. The merry band of bitches. I told Revival this morning that band of bitches is kind of fitting because my dad called me George when I was a kid, and my high school nickname was Bob. So band of bitches fits. Bob. Okay, back to this.
Not giving instructions on a tip line of where to leave a tip for Sebastian. Not doing updates on their pages, social media, but yet they'll tell what other crimes they're trying to crack. I ask you, Eric Kratic, what is it about Sebastian Rogers' case that has you scared? That has you questioning people when they come through your office doors at that department to see who they are before you'll come out, allegedly, in my opinion.
Allegedly, in my opinion. Is he doing that or not? Like, that's either factual that he's done that to somebody or not.
Eric Kratic, why won't you tell this father where Sebastian is?
What is this expectation that they know where Sebastian is? This is, her word, ludicrous to me. They are implying that law enforcement knows where Sebastian is and they will not tell Seth. That is what the implication here is that law enforcement, now not just Sumner County Sheriff's Office is involved, the TBI, the FBI, the Secret Service assisted, all of them are involved. It's the FBI that is offering up to a $50,000 reward. And you want to tell us that law enforcement knows where Sebastian is and they're just withholding this information from Seth. Everybody okay out there? Right, Tracy? Right? Right? Scaramouche, it's like, oh, well, shit. I guess law enforcement knows, like, what are they doing?
Why won't you tell this father what you are doing?
And why now? Why are the amp up of the games? What are we missing here? Because they are absolutely amping up, and I'm going to show you why I say that.
If you're doing nothing, why don't you ask the bigwigs who can handle it to come in and help?
The bigwigs have been helping since jump. The FBI, the TBI, the Secret Service. How much bigger do you get? You don't. It's the FBI, once again, I remind you, that has offered up to a $50,000 reward. The only factual reward.
The U.S. Marshals, the FBI. Is there a reason, Eric Kratic, you wouldn't want that? You're the one everyone's looking at, waiting for you to say it, to do.
Yes, Pika and I both have baby girls that turned sweet 16 this week. So happy birthday to Pika's beautiful, I mean, gorgeous little girl. She's not little anymore, but happy birthday.
Do it to call them in.
She's got her mama's looks, and let me just say, stunning.
And we're all scratching our heads wondering, why aren't you? So we ask you, why aren't you? Why don't you want people who can come in and competently find Sebastian to be involved? I'm sure your files are up to date. I'm sure your files are very thorough. I'm sure the investigation you conducted from moment one was top notch according to the Department of Justice investigation guidelines. So you have nothing to worry about. Why not call them in?
They've been involved. Like, what planet are these people living on? You want to hear this normal speed for a second? Listen to like how she's speaking.
Do what the father needs, wants, what is best for Sebastian. So Seth Rogers, 547 days of searching for his son virtually alone with the team that he has hired now. And I gave you an update on
the team that he's hired now. They're pro bono. He hasn't hired anyone. At Night Intelligence Agency is representing Seth with a pro bono contract. Again, I take you back to the RICO and racketeering filings and the pro bono contract between Seth Rogers and At Night Intelligence Agency. Again, they don't, to our knowledge, have anybody searching for Sebastian, but okay.
On that today, there has been a possible alert to the channels monitoring Sebastian's biometrics and facial identities.
Oh, biometrics. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. This is all too reminiscent of OUR and Tim Ballard. This is all way too, I hate it. I hate it, hate it, hate it. It is all too similar to The Sound of Freedom, what Tim Ballard did using trafficking victims, setting up trafficking situations for B-roll footage. This just gives me the ick all around. It's actually really, really concerning. Vibrator, thank you so much. Seriously, thank you.
Go watch that video. We're on the edge of our seats waiting to see if indeed it turns out to be Sebastian. It is not confirmed yet, but it is not debunked. So is Mr. Kratic out there on the edge of his seat wondering if that's Sebastian? Well, there's a
I'm sorry, I just looked down. I shouldn't even be laughing because this is super frustrating. But Amy, hi. I looked down and I'm like, wait, what? Why doesn't Captain K9 ask the U.S. Marshals to step up? She claimed they deputized her, so that would seem like a contact tiny thing. Yeah, you would think. Right? You would think. I mean, she's got all these dogs that are, thank you, good question. Where's Captain K9?
father, Seth Rogers.
And please do not bring her back on social media. I know that we understands that one a little bit better than I do, but that one is a total disaster. So spare us brain cells, please. Leave her in the shadows.
Searching alone for his son. Last I heard, Sebastian's mother was at Disney World. He's searching alone with Dog the Bounty Hunter at night, One World, because he stands alone in that town. The sheriff is silent. Seth protested today out front of the sheriff's office, and he said he doesn't even know if a detective is assigned to the case anymore. Wow. They took an oath to protect and serve. But
so because Seth states he doesn't know if a detective's assigned anymore, how would that have changed? And again, if he was being rational, I'm assuming they would have rational conversations with him. I don't see that happening.
Are they doing that? Are they just collecting their paychecks? I'd think about that before the upcoming election, Sumner County. If it's your child, do you want someone who's going to hide behind his...
No, T. Guzzler, a bullshit story by Captain K9. Bullshit story, but she said a whole lot.
Office door, who doesn't open emails, who doesn't have a tip line with instructions, who doesn't answer and follow leads, ignores ransom demands.
Again, the whole statement of ignoring ransom demands, there was never a ransom demand. That was bullshit. Crime Time Buzz and one of her subs even included the sub's minor child. Either they got trolled by somebody, something. But she turned it over to At Night, who deployed assets to multiple countries, right?
And that's not alleged. I was a part of all of that.
Yeah, she was.
I was there.
Yeah.
Imagine the terror that it could be real. And the sheriff says nothing. Oh, wait, excuse me. There was a special meeting called so he could fight for his raise. But I mean, he said nothing about the ransom. He didn't tell the public who was afraid, who was hearing about it.
And you love how they're dangling elections again. Here we are. They're dangling, well, elections. I'm questioning if some of that isn't why we're seeing some of this amp up.
Threats to Sebastian's life, said nothing. To this day, he has said nothing to his public about their safety. What's he afraid of? Could it be if the marshals came in and saw that an Amber Alert was sounded and there's vehicle footage, but yet there was no description provided? Why are we trying to pretend that footage didn't exist? If we give a vehicle description, that tells people there's footage, right? If we say there's flashlights, that tells people there's footage, right? Why wouldn't you want footage? If you give a vehicle a suspect description, that tells people you've seen your footage. Why are we wanting people to think there is no footage? There was no footage. Why would you ask for the audio from me if you didn't think anything occurred in the backyard? Something's going on. And I ask, why does a
Why would they ask from audio from you? Probably because you're interfering with the case of a missing child. I mean, they probably want to make sure that what you guys are doing isn't criminally fucking interference. When they have the original videos, they seem to have the original videos, and you guys are altering those images, adding audio, concocting stuff. I mean, I'm sure they're concerned. Sorry, Kenzie's feeding cats. Let me walk out here.
father have to beg a sheriff and a lead detective to do their jobs? And why don't they care about a missing child? Allegedly, in my opinion, because this is for entertainment purposes only. And I am speculating, theorizing based on shocking developments and updates. A father standing out there without law enforcement, but yet they won't call in the marshals. They won't ask the FBI. I wonder why. What would the FBI and the marshals say when they saw that footage?
How are these people completely avoiding the fact that it's the FBI that's offered the reward and it's the FBI that is involved? How are they missing this?
And that sedan and that other red car and an Amber Alert that didn't provide vehicle descriptions.
And again, we have no information that there's a red car, all these cars. That's all mob crew bullshit that the other green team members have ran with. Hey, Heatherlicious.
What would the marshals say if they came in and they saw that there had never been crime scene tape up and around the home?
That they were looking for a missing child who they went in because they had the feeling that he walked out. Seth himself has said he left. In fact, hold up. Let me go over here for a moment, because one of Seth's people.
Don't let Hank out because he's covered.
I know. Right now?
1 o'clock.
I know.
What would the marshals say if they came in and heard there had been no press conferences, no raising of awareness since April 2nd of 2024 from Sumner County? What would they say if they heard all of the statements by the mother who was with Sebastian?
Remind me to come back. She's still alive right now, but one of Seth's own people made the statement today that Sebastian left. That was the working theory, that everybody, when they went there, Sebastian left. We've heard it repeated by Seth, Katie, Chris. They were under the assumption he left. Has that changed since? I don't know. But he, again, 15-year-olds that could have easily walked out of that home on his own.
That are conflicting, misleading. Would they wonder why law enforcement hasn't pressed that issue? It's against the law. They've also said to the father, there's no evidence Sebastian left the home. Well, if there's no evidence he's left the home and the doors were locked.
We have no indication that that was ever stated. That was Tony Mathis and Seth Rogers on Court TV and other newscasts that started saying that law enforcement has stated that there is no evidence of Sebastian leaving the home. That has never been stated publicly by law enforcement anywhere whatsoever. They have never stated to the public that there is no evidence that Sebastian left the home. They have been doing that, Tony Mathis, Seth Rogers, and the Green Team, all along to make people believe that he never left the home, that Katie. It's been a whole narrative. The father was standing out there with you and a mini-skirted cooter lady and no one else. Why do you think you are the majority opinion here? Well, Bree, this one, Crime Time Buzz wasn't out there, but Jennifer Jennings was, for sure. Thank you for the support. And you're right. Like, oh, just wait. Where is Tony? Yeah, good question. Where is Tony? His reputation's been harmed by no other than Tony.
It makes one think, you might want to talk to the mother a little bit more, correct?
Oh, Earth, if you're still in here, great layout last night. Loved it. Loved it. Great freaking layout. If you missed Hillbilly Belinda's last night, Earth did a timeline kind of walking Hillbilly Belinda. And I think Clue was up there for the most of the time, if not all. They did a whole walkthrough timeline, you know, me and those timelines and like the inlet. Earth spoke to me last night in ways that were just perfection. No, I love that layout though. Excellent layout.
So a father stands in front and he protests and he says, if you're not going to do your job, pack your bags and get out. He wonders, is it incompetence or is it corruption? I wonder too. Let's remember that interview we watched several times of Kratic slouched in a chair April 2nd when Nick Barris is interviewing him and caught him.
Slouched in a chair. Like they have nitpicked every single thing about Sheriff Kratic. There has been Green Team members that have tried to claim, we've reviewed it, that have tried to claim that the previous sheriff was possibly something happened to him nefarious. Unfortunately, it was just a major accident. He fell and unfortunately passed away. But they have tried to allege that there was corruption and that's why he was taken out. There's no proof or anything to support that.
At the press conference and kind of cornered him for an interview is the way my source told it. Okay. And he slumped in a chair, answered, nope, 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 looks very scared. Why? Why? Is it because he's realized no one's going to let this go? Is it because he realizes that this isn't going away? Whitley got out of the kitchen. He's getting out. This is his last week. Is it going to get too hot for Kratic in the kitchen? What's going on? When a father has to beg them to do a job and a community has elected someone who collects their paycheck and ignores the crime, the most high profile crime in their community.
Oh, Janice in County made another good. Crime Time Buzz, allegedly, in my opinion, won't protect you should CP and KP decide to hold you accountable for your statements. Hope you are watching. HOA, Becky talks about more than BJ. Make a note in your files. Thank you for the support. I love how snarky a lot of you guys are.
They've lied to the father more than once. They've broken that trust. The lead detective, according to Seth Rogers, stopped returning calls, opening his emails once he sent them a list of things to look into.
Where the hell is there proof of any of that? These are just accusations that have no backing whatsoever. And again, I'm sure Seth is frustrated. I'm not trying to discount that at all. He's got a child that is missing. So as much as I don't like his behavior, I can also understand he does have a child that is missing. However, it's his behavior and his alignments that have ruined his relationship with law enforcement and them continuing to lie about the FBI being involved. The FBI is the one that announced the $50,000 reward on the 6-month anniversary. They said that they were in talks with law enforcement daily. And then all of a sudden that ended. Was that because the Lore Lodge got involved and thought he was going to solve some case and made a bigger shit show out of it than anything?
Why? Why wouldn't they?
I find it really funny that Aiden ducked his tail and ran the fuck out of here.
That's Mr. Carter's only job, his only case. What else is he doing to collect his paycheck if he can't honor a list from the father of the missing child? I mean, he sure as heck isn't out there boots on the ground. Sumner County, I ask you, what's he doing to collect his paycheck if he can't answer emails and return phone calls and respond to ransom demands? Are they incompetent? Are they baby scouts pretending to be soldiers at war, but now they're in so deep they don't want to call in the soldiers because they'd be embarrassed? Perhaps. I don't know. Looks like it, doesn't it? Or, I hate to say it, is there corruption so they can't call them in? Allegedly, because if they do, their little asses are going to be on the line? Looks like it, doesn't it? But we don't know. A community runs the community. This man's running Sumner County and telling them, I mean, their commissioners voted down their right to speak at commission meetings. They don't care about the people. They care about...
What? What are they doing? Oh, is he KT? That's interesting. I haven't looked lately. Hey, Liverpool Linda. Wendy says, I really implore everyone to seek out and read the guidance on what to expect when a child goes missing. The section on what to expect long term. If law enforcement can't trust the family, they won't share info. Absolutely, because the well-being of a missing child here, when everything is on the table, any possibility, if they do know anything, it would be irresponsible if there is any thought in their head that could harm the child. They're not going to share information. Like, why would they? And Wendy, you're so right. Given the online circus, fuck yeah, it's about the well-being and the best for the missing child.
About themselves, they care about their jobs, they care about what they want, the means to get what they want. And clearly, it is not the people helping them get what they want. They got a good old boy system going on in there when they don't even want the people's voices heard. And someone can be ignoring a life-threatening ransom and still have the
life-threatening ransom. Do you understand how she is trying to still make that valid when she herself has brought the person on whose daughter supposedly got that message, and they have absolutely debunked and said, what?
Read it. Is that good?
Yeah, that's fine. Kenzie's making her menu for next week while I'm with Mini Cows.
onus to go to a meeting and ask for a raise. And a father is pleading for them to do their jobs. Well, guess what? They think they're so untouchable. Oh no. This is high profile enough, my friends, that there are other eyes on this. There are other eyes on this. There are other eyes, important eyes, aware of this.
Who's that? The incoming attorney general that didn't ever income? The Trump administration, who's too busy trying to hide the Epstein files? Oh, wait, they've been trying to link that to Sebastian's case too.
I can't tell you what they're going to do, if they're going to do, but they're aware, and it's more than one agency. Okay? More than one.
Oh, really? The FBI, Secret Service, the TBI. Who are we talking about? Interpol? Putin?
So if this guy thinks that this is just going to go away,
It's
it
fucking
ain't.
wild.
It's not. Zip, zilch, not happening, because we care about children. So he better start getting in the game and start talking about Sebastian. And stop putting a father through more torment than he already is going through, not knowing where his child is. That is the most disgusting thing. They're supposed to be protecting. I mean, look what they're doing to Sebastian. Ignoring. Why don't they care about Sebastian when they hear he's being...
You guys, please sub up to Wendy. Wendy did an exceptional. I only got to listen to it for a few minutes before came on, and I'm going to go rewatch it in between my streams today. But her live streams are filled with factual information. We're not talking like speculation and wild theories. We're talking education, laws, a lot of very, very good stuff. So please sub up to Wendy. And if you're interested in the facts, real information, there you go. Great.
hurt, possibly, or ransoms, or he'll be unalive. Why don't they care? Why don't they get into action? Do they know something? Were they somewhere allegedly?
They do, Jen. Right?
Go back a couple of my videos. Do
That's
you feel your child safe? Or are you just living in Sumner County grateful it's not your child? When you go to vote, think about that.
Here we go again with the when you go to vote.
You want a strong sheriff, not one who slumps in a chair, one who stands tall because he's confident, not one who's afraid.
Oh my God, how dare the man slump in his chair?
Terrified.
Who's he terrified of?
Looking. Seth asked Kratic.
The fucking helicopters again, the rogue helicopters flying over. Did you get another source, Crime Time Buzz, Jay? Did you go and get a source of seeing a helicopter in the air and oh my God, the Secret Service is on their way? This woman.
Kratic, where's my son? Why are you too pig-headed to ask for assistance?
Meanwhile, the last presser that Kratic did do, which was April of 2024, he states very openly in that press conference that he had reached out to other connections he had in other agencies that had had similar missing child cases or assets that he thought he could benefit from. He was reaching out and asking for help from trained professionals. unlike at night intelligence, creative, rogue, non-having satellite asses, conspiracy theorist, tinfoil hat, mom, I'm in the basement, intelligence, lacking intelligence agency.
I think there's two answers to that. Embarrassment and incompetence and corruption. 3. Embarrassment because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. Incompetence because of incompetence and or corruption.
Revival, please share your link too. Please make sure you're subbed up to Revival too. She has been dropping clips and catching shit and correcting shit, and they're short, condensed. Here's a lie. Here's a correction. Here's what was said. Please sub up to that Revival too.
And what's sadder is he has one lead detective. Well, we don't know if he's on the case anymore, and he's not even supervising the lead detective to do the right thing and follow up on calls.
Hey,
so a father is 547 days into it, standing in front of a sheriff's office by himself, without his child, not knowing where he is, without the child's mother, not knowing where she is probably. And
Sammy, you don't need to sit in your hands in here ever. You'll never be exiled. We got rid of all the people off the island that needed to go. We're good. We're good. The other ones will see themselves out. You won't be exiled over here.
Doing this alone with a lead agency who won't call in people who are capable, who won't talk to the father, who won't be honest to the father, who won't return his emails and phone calls, who won't help him find his son. Pack your bags and get out. If you don't want to protect children, pack your bags and get out, Kratic.
Again, another missing child. I could pull it up if I need to, but I'm sure most of you remember. Another child went missing shortly after Sebastian went missing. The same agencies, the same people found the missing child. Unfortunately, Sebastian was not found. But they have done many things to protect children in Sumner County. This whole narrative that they're spinning is fucking weird.
And Sumner County, don't just act appalled. Your vote needs to show you're appalled. Get this man out. He doesn't deserve to be there. He doesn't solve crimes. And he certainly isn't solving this one. 547 days, Hendersonville, Tennessee. A sheriff who won't look. A sheriff who won't do press releases or conferences. And he says he doesn't care what the public, what Seth Rogers, the father, thinks, or what his constituents think. Imagine that. Because he knows he's going to get voted in. I wonder how he knows that. Who's giving him that confidence? Well, let me tell you, Whitley's confidence.
These are not, again, people that even live in Sumner County. Seth Rogers does not live in Sumner County. He lives in Davidson County. No, he worked in Davidson County, and he lives in another town in another county. He worked in Davidson County.
Withered away, and he ran. Who's going to be next? Who's the next domino to fall? Because we're not giving up till Sebastian's located. We certainly are not giving up until he is located. He deserves better than this. And like Seth said, this is the sheriff, by the way, who has chosen not to speak. This is the lead detective, Brandon Carter, who has one case and is collecting a paycheck. And this leads me to many questions. Is Sumner County Sheriff's Office going to get in the game? Oops, sorry. Is Sumner County Sheriff's Office going to get, into the game? Are they? During the investigation into their investigation? Because that's going to happen, my friends. Will incompetence.
How fucking ridiculous is this?
Or corruption be found? There will be an investigation into this investigation of Sumner County.
Oh, will there? Will there, Jay?
And it's some,
let me guess. You're going to call Vlad up on the phone?
Say, this won't be allowed. It's not going to be the good old boys carrying this through. Do they realize their silence speaks volumes, ignoring tips and ransom demands? I have questions. Why? One of my biggest questions is, why are they not concerned about Sebastian? What do they know that when they hear he's going to be unalived if a ransom isn't paid, and they ignore it, they don't care, they don't do it? What do they know? Or do they just not care about Sebastian? I can't believe that. It's got to be knowledge in my opinion.
This is disgusting.
And then my final question, but I think it's a biggie. I really do. My final question is, have Eric Kratic or Brandon Carter ever met Sebastian Rogers? I would like to know that.
What? Again, with the implications that Brandon Carter or Kratic potentially know where Sebastian is or have met Sebastian. Do you understand? What are we doing? Couple that with Seth out there screaming at Sumner County Sheriff's Department saying, where's Sebastian? Is he under your desk? What are they doing? Millersville had a whole corrupt issue with law enforcement and a rogue agency coming in that claimed that they were finding trafficking victims. That happened in Millersville, Sumner County, not.
Have Eric Kratic or Brandon Carter ever met Sebastian Rogers? If any of you know the answer to that question, please let me know.
What is
I think
wrong
it's very
with her?
important. Why wouldn't Eric?
And I want to implore once again, this woman claims to be an educator. This woman claims that she is an educator. I really hope it's adult education classes and no children, because this is delusional and dangerous.
Kratic and Brandon Carter want to search for a child who isn't home. Why wouldn't they worry if his life's being threatened? Why wouldn't they want to deal with a ransom demand? Why would they just pretend they didn't hear it?
I love you guys.
Why are they so difficult to a father? Instead of being difficult to the mother who doesn't give a you know what, is at Disney World, here, there, doesn't do media, doesn't search, allegedly, in my opinion.
Crime Time Connie, first of all, pushing back on the misinformation in Sebastian's case and what is factual versus non-factual is actually sticking up for Sebastian. And his name is spelled Sebastin. So if you care about Sebastian, can we please do the right thing and spell his name appropriately? First and foremost, it's Sebastian with an E. And then secondly, pushing back on the misinformation is actually sticking up for Sebastian. Stopping the lies and saying enough is enough is sticking up for Sebastian. Not letting his parents be railroaded and lied about is sticking up for Sebastian, because at the end of the day, we have no indication that any of the three are involved in his disappearance. We don't right now. We have an open, ongoing investigation into the disappearance of Sebastian. That's it. That's all. He could have easily walked out of that house on his own. Could somebody be involved? Absolutely. We have no evidence from law enforcement that the public knows any further than that. But standing up and pushing back on the misinformation is standing up for Sebastian.
Why aren't they giving her a harder time? She was the last one with him.
Because at the end of the day, it was very obvious he loves his parents.
Did they do an investigation? What happened to Sonny Weatherford?
Fucking, here you go again. Ring our fucking crazy psychic buddy Sarah, who came out and tried to make this whole thing land somewhere about Weatherford.
Allegedly, in my opinion. I've got lots of questions, and we're going to keep asking them till Sebastian's home.
These aren't questions. These are implications and completely delusional bullshit. All right. One more delusional bitch. So actually, let's save that. Let's go here first. Another delusional bitch, Bullhorn Betty. This is from earlier today. Listen to this shit. Look at the picture she's got. By the way, it's against terms of service to do bloody and gory photos. And again, there is no indication that Chris or Katie are involved in Sebastian's disappearance whatsoever.
We're about to get into Sebastian Rogers and what we as a community, the true crime community, can do. And I'm getting entirely uncomfortable and sick and tired of the politicians, the sheriff, and the county bowing down to people that did terrible things to a child, being able to sit at a table and eat lunch with them. But we'll get into that in just a second. So
again, we have no indication.
So we have Brian. Well, we have 214. We have the Idaho 4. They were unalived on November 13th, 2022. We were out there, boots on the ground within a week and a half, I believe it was. So we were kind of later in the November month. But when we got out there, everything was kind of frozen in time, literally and figuratively. It was very, very cold, ice, snow, everything. But the house had gone untouched from that initial day. They had.
Bree, that's a great question. Why do so many stupid people think calling lies opinions turns them into fact? Good question. And thank you for the support. I don't even understand anymore what is going on. We go from bad to worse.
Not come back in. They did their investigation on the 13th, and that was, they locked the house down and preserved the evidence as best that they could, sitting at, stationary type of security guard. It was a Moscow Police Department guy, but then they got private.
No, I think Bullhorn might be a little scared about going back to Sumner County. if I'm being honest. I think Bullhorn Betty might be a little fearful of going back to Sumner County, considering she's still in appeals with the situation that she's got going on.
But security that sat on the house 24/7. So I'm imagining that cost the university a boatload of money, which I really do believe it was money that made them tear the house down. They didn't want it up anymore. They didn't want to worry about their school students breaking into the house to see what happened. You know, they wanted to make sure that they preserve the dignity and respect of the people that lost their lives in that house, while disrespecting the court hearing, in my opinion. I don't think there was any person that I saw that was okay with this other than the Chapin family at the time, the Chapin family and the university. And that really rubbed me the wrong way. But, you know, I digress. They also lost their child as well.
I'm so sick of hearing about poor Bullhorn Betty being rubbed the wrong way. I'm sorry, but what? The families are more important and will forever be more important than Bullhorn Betty. Let's carry on.
It's nice to see you, my friend. Well, actually, as a matter of fact, we got to get into you. I think I got these.
The Chapin family will always be more important than you, Bullhorn Betty.
It's out of order. Hold on a second. Because I've got Sebastian stuff here. Did I skip over it?
And she has been having an absolute shit fit because law enforcement with the Haro case has absolutely leveled up. And when I say that, I mean they are not taking social media's misinformation lightly. They are addressing it, calling people straight out, saying, I don't know why you're out there searching. You shouldn't be out there. Only law enforcement is out there. But Betty has been losing her damn mind over it. How dare law enforcement, and you don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, Betty, shut the fuck up.
What the hell? I did skip over it. What the heck? Hold on a second. Well, anyways, let me get to that first. So, and that's why they're on the Seth saw his image and he came a running. I showed up and Kratic ran away. What a dick. That's pretty bad. I mean,
so today's protest, just so you know, it was supposed to go all week. Seth claims that he showed up at 7:30 this morning and that as soon as he got there that the sheriff's department cleared out. That's the claim that happened today. And then it was claimed by his cohort, Jennifer Jennings, that he was feeling lightheaded, a headache, and so he left to go home. Standing out in the heat for the last couple days for a couple hours a day has depleted him. Yeah, being in the heat is rough, but there's people that work 12-hour shifts in 100+ degree temperature. I mean, anyways, but Seth is not there today. They canceled the protest. He was there for a short period of time, said the sheriffs all left because he scared them off, and that's that. So the protest is done.
I mean, think about it. That is pretty stinking bad right there. That the sheriff of a county is literally running from the father wanting answers about his missing son and why they haven't done anything to help find his son. And
where's the proof of this? Where's the video proof of Sheriff Kratic running from Seth Rogers? Because they all have cameras out there. So they would have videos of Kratic running from Seth.
Why their county employees are meeting for lunch with his ex and the stepfather.
So we're going to talk about that rumor coming up because that's a lolly, beautifully fucked up rumor.
The stepfather that had 5 CPS calls for the abuse of his stepson, Sebastian Rogers.
Again, there is absolutely no proof that there was 5 CPS calls.
The county Parks and Rec guy is going to lunch with him. Oh, but there's nothing to see in Sumner County. They're all uppity up there. This is the most corrupt county I can tell you I have had.
And I will show you the history of that rumor, where it started, how it's trickled through as soon as we're done.
Pleasure of being
listening to Betty.
In. Displeasure of being in. I just want to go out there and I just want to be smug in front of that sheriff's face because I'd love to beg him to arrest me again. Because now I've got a shit ton of attorneys in Tennessee. I'd love to see.
Oh, do you? You have a shit ton of attorneys in Tennessee? Oh, Betty.
This sheriff have one of his detectives lie on another affidavit against me again.
I've been asking all week, was this a PR stunt? Were they hoping that Seth would push the envelope and force Sumner County to arrest him? Were they hoping to have him arrested for publicity?
Love to see that.
It's not making sense to me. But you see how the green team is behaving and how they're moving. Something's happening. They're up to something, which they have been all along.
Absolutely love to see that. Good for you, Seth. Good for you. You know, that's bullshit. I'm sorry, guys. I try to keep my mouth as PG as possible, but every now and again we go to PG-13 and sometimes rated R language here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. But I can tell you, I really don't like it. I'm trying to change my ways. I'm trying. It's not working, folks. It's not working. But there's just some things that just get under my skin. Oh, and that brings me back, and you guys will see it. I'm going to be dropping a video that I did on TikTok on YouTube, and probably a few hours, like a couple hours after we end the show. And I was telling them I'm campaigning right now on X because that's where all our
Bullhorn's campaigning on X.
politicians are. It's the easiest way to campaign in front of our politicians since the phone calls aren't working. I might as well make it public and make it nasty and just, start just laying down the bullshit, right? So if you guys can go over there, I've got several scathing.
Betty, just a quick question. Are you demanding that the Epstein files get released? Is that what you're campaigning for? Are you pushing back on the policies that would allow 14-year-olds to be seen as consenting adults, no longer charged? Adults wouldn't be charged with sexually assaulting 14-year-olds and allowing 14-year-olds to get married. Are you pushing on that? Are those the things that you're campaigning for? Just asking.
Posts to Marsha Blackburn, Governor Bill Lee. I attached Dan Bongino, Pete Hegseth, the president.
No. Oh, that list of names. Keep going. Tell me more.
I've tagged everybody. I want you guys to start. I need you guys to go over
Not Hegseth.
there. There's like 2 posts. I need you guys to all go over there. We got like 405 people in chat. Go over there and repost that on X. Just about everybody has an X channel. So go over there, go to Bullhorn Betty, find those 2 posts and repost them. Repost them and say something needs to be done. Sebastian's Army, something. Because we need to get some attention on this. I'm done with the corruption. I'm done with the slow walking of this case. I'm done with knowing that Chris and Katie have the in with this county and are always never held accountable because they have money and their families are.
They're not held accountable for what? Where's the proof that they are involved in the disappearance of Sebastian? Where's the proof?
Flooding the county with tax money, like the builders that their family, second generation, where Kathy Bowersox works, basically building that whole entire community with impact fees. They've provided millions of dollars for their business to that county and those county officials.
That's wonderful. Productive members of society. Shocking. Doesn't mean they're getting to pay off people in the county.
This is corrupt as all get out.
Where's the fucking proof?
It's the haves and the have-nots, and they are part of the haves while they have a missing child that was only with the mother. The mother disappeared this child.
The mother disappeared this child.
Ifs, ands, or buts about it. So why is
there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it? Where's the fucking proof, Betty? Where's the proof?
For their business to that county and those county officials? This is corrupt as all get out. It's the haves and the have-nots, and they are part of the haves while they have a missing child that was only with the mother. The mother disappeared this child. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So why is the stepfather smoozing with county officials? Why? And why do I have to ask permission to be on public property handing out a missing boy flyer? Because I'm not doing that. If I want to come there and stand in front of that Pigfest and hand out a blessed missing person flyer, I'm going to do that, and I hope everybody else chooses to do that.
Okay, we'll get into the whole Pigfest that has to do with the lunch meeting, and I'll show you the source of all of that and the misinformation.
As a matter of fact, it would surely be nice to see some people in the county standing on the outside of that Pigfest, handing out flyers and telling that the sheriff, when he comes to say, can you move it down? No, I cannot. This is public property. This is where we choose to stand, and this is where we choose to hand out these flyers.
So what they are doing is encouraging their audience to be enraged over things that there's absolutely cause and effect. Like there's a reason why they're not allowing this group of people to go in there and disrupt a festival that is put on by sponsors. People pay for spots to be a part of the festival. They're not going to allow a bunch of outsiders to come in there and cause chaos like has been done many times. Again, bear with me. That's coming up.
We need some people with some backbone in there. All these country folk, man, they want to act like they're these tough guys, right? They're all big and tough when they're out there on their properties, and they yeah.
And if you don't understand why the Pigfest is very convenient for them to use, there was a picture of Chris Proudfoot with a shirt that had the Pigfest logo on it. So they know that it's a festival that they have attended. I mean, they're from that area. His family is from that area. He grew up there. It is something that they have attended for years. He had a shirt on. So, of course, the green team members decide, what am I going to do? Oh, we're going to go under the guise of passing out flyers for Sebastian. We're going to go disrupt this festival and cause chaos. That is my opinion, and you will not change it any other way.
Oh, don't be doing good. Yeah, but now we have a missing child. And it's like, oh, well, we don't want to rock the boat. Oh. Would you rock the boat if it was your child?
And I hate to say this, but Sebastian is not the only child missing in Tennessee.
Or would you just lay down like the Proudfoots? Oh, no, I would be doing it. Okay. So you're not going to help the father that's trying to do this. You're not going to show up for him. You're okay with
Help the father do what? What is he doing?
children just missing from your community and your sheriff running away from the parents that want answers. You're okay with that.
Again, where's the video of Kratic running from Seth?
You're okay with that in your community. If that's true,
what are you going to do about it, Betty? Look at the grinding of her teeth that she's doing.
I'm sorry, Mr. and Mrs. E. I'm sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Car Guy. I don't know what to tell you. You guys are going to be screwed soon. I would get involved in some community politicking. I'll be down there if you're a Democrat.
Just wear pants next time, Missy, so the cooter stays in control.
Part of your DNC. If you're part of the Republican GOP, get involved. Get involved.
And here we go with the politics again. So when everybody says, nonsense, don't bring politics, I'm sorry, I'm going to continue to bring politics up because this is the propaganda in the playbook that they are doing and using to push misinformation that could be potentially harmful or dangerous in missing children's cases. I'm sorry, it is the propaganda and the rhetoric that they use to damage missing children's cases. So I will continue to talk about politics and the bullshit that they use.
He's a coward. It's just that. It is just simple. It's just that simple. Yeah. I just want you guys to know that we're about to.
I mean, sir, you're online talking shit about the sheriff in Sumner County. Who's the coward? Where's the video of him running, Seth? Where's the video of him running away from you? This coward actively got the FBI involved in your son's case. The FBI offered a $50,000 reward. You, sir, aligned yourself with a bunch of cowards like Tony Mathis, Nick, At Night, Dog. Where are they, Seth? Where are your buddies? Your rogue intelligence agency buddies? What about all their assets on the ground in Tennessee when they came on the scene?
Go over this because this is what happened. We learned yesterday. So Sebastian Rogers has been missing for over a year and a half now. February 24th, 2020, February 26th, 2024, he disappeared from his home where he was residing that evening with only his...
Again, she first says February 24th. Then she says February 26th. He's been missing since the updated flyer says February 25th, 2024. He went missing between the 25th and the 26th.
His mother says she put him to bed. When she woke up, he was gone. Bullshit.
Again, there is no information that Katie and Chris, either one, are involved. There's no evidence publicly available to even support these theories.
And so these people put this song and dance on. They've got Eric Kratic, little old ignorant Eric Kratic that doesn't know his ass from his elbow, doing this search and believing everything the parent says. So much so. Like Seth is explaining to them, his son doesn't go running toward water. His son knows how to swim. And Eric Kratic wants to get out there and search all the streams and ponds that the father's saying, look, he's not going in the streams and ponds.
Just because somebody knows how to swim doesn't mean they can't drown. People can drown in an inch of water. People who can swim. If there was other factors, that can still happen. It is their job to search bodies of water. Even if Seth is saying he can swim, he wouldn't run towards water. He also stated he wouldn't leave the house without shoes. Well, guess what? We don't know. He could have had another set of shoes somewhere. Seth has said a lot without proof or anything to back it up besides Seth says.
So they wasted a whole bunch of time there, right? And then he decides to go out there because somebody says, well, let's play music. So he decides to do Eye of the Tiger because somebody told him that would help get Sebastian out. Like, he has always been just off in this whole entire case. And the reason why is because he was duped by his friends, Chris and Katie Proudfoot.
And again, we have no indication whatsoever that they are friends. There's no indication that they had any previous relationship. We have no indication that they have a family member that works for Sumner County. That was another rumor that they had started. It's ridiculous. Hank, stop bullying Bella. Kyle, enjoy the BDSM club tied up. Gosh. Oh, gosh. Right. Right, Darby. And even though law enforcement searched it, you had all these people aligned with Seth and his team going out there and researching the water. So if he wasn't concerned about it, then why did all his searchers like CJ, Brothers Underwater Recovery, that he was aligned with, why did they go search bodies of water? Why do we have a photo op of Seth and Tony running sonar on the water? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, none of this makes any fucking sense.
And so they failed to do all the stuff that they were required to do, even though he came up and said, well, we consulted with TBI and the FBI, and we're doing everything we can. Have you done forensics? Well, no. Did you take fingerprints? Well, no. Okay, so no fingerprints from the house. No forensics from the house. Then we hear from Seth Rogers and find out they didn't even lock the blessed house down. He just walked in willy-nilly, all over the scene, contaminating the whole blessed scene. They never turned the house into a crime scene, never turned the boy's bedroom into a crime scene, and they're wondering why they got no blessed evidence? Well, you gotta flipping collect the gosh darn evidence to have the blessed evidence.
What? What?
And now we got county officials going out to lunch with these baby abusers, these child abusers, allegedly.
Allegedly isn't going to save your guys' asses.
Cut it out. They did everything wrong. And he's running from the father right now that's demanding he turn the case over to the FBI. You know why they won't turn the case over to the FBI? It's because they probably did the worst case, the worst investigation that the FBI would probably have ever seen, and they would have been made a laughingstock. Well,
that's interesting because the FBI has been assisting since jump. So if it's been such a shoddy investigation, then I guess the FBI has a hand in it too, because they've been involved since jump. What the fuck is going on? Can anybody understand? Right, Scaramouche? I know. Hey, honey elder. The T-Guzzler, they can't. Yeah, they did, KT. There was all sorts of things that were done. But again, the initial theory that they were working on is, I'm sure they thought he would be found in the close proximity, that he had just wandered off, something. They were not going in thinking this child's going to be missing for months on end. That is not what anybody had expected. And quickly they started changing up things, changing it from an endangered missing child to an Amber Alert. Things started escalating as more information was coming. That's called an investigation.
They're already made a laughingstock. When you lose $200 million from your own blessed state government, that should tell you how they feel about the job you are doing. Just saying. Just saying. They don't trust you, I can tell you that.
So budget cuts are somehow... What?
My county ain't losing $200 million.
Well, great. Their budget hasn't been cut. And what the fuck does that have to do with anything else? Shut up.
My county has almost $1 billion in some stupid silos that I'm about to rock their world with.
Oh, I'm sure you're about to rock their fucking world. The county commissioners look at you and cringe when they see you come in. I love watching those when Burnt Toast plays those. Betty out of her county commissioners, you can sense their body language is like, not this bitch again.
Because we're spending that money, or you're giving it back to the taxpayers. I'm sorry. I'm just am who I am. But this is bull. Like, and that's what makes this conversation so frustrating, is because I have experience in both areas. I have experience in true crime. I have experience in investigative reporting, and I have an experience in freaking politics and the bullshit that goes along with it. And when I see it,
Huh? We got to hear that again. What? You got experience in politics? I guess we could check that box off. You've got experience hanging out with extremist group such as the Proud Boys. I guess we could give you. Okay. All right, we'll give you that one. You got experience in politics hanging out with an extremist group like the Proud Boys. All right, cool. Or being a front row hoe. Okay, all right. Yay, you. Investigative journalism? Huh?
Areas. I have experience in true crime.
You are a true crime. You've committed a lot of crimes. You stalk and harass the parents of a missing child. Touche.
Experience in investigative reporting and
investigative reporting. Huh? I'm still stuck on that. Can anybody think of when Betty has done investigative reporting?
I have an experience in freaking politics and the bullshit that goes along with it. And when I see it, I see it. And I see it in this county, but this is the worst. This is like my county was back in the 80s and 90s.
Before you came in and changed it all for the better, Betty. Let me guess. All because of Bullhorn Betty. Her county is now on the up and up.
Do you understand that? The crap that they're doing in Sumner County is the crap we did here in Bradenton and Manatee County back in the 80s and 90s, and we put a stop to it.
Oh, really? When you were single digits and a teen, you put a stop to what they were doing, right? In Manatee County. Betty came out of the fucking womb screaming white power. She's somehow got that mixed up with her political alignments, but fuck, what do I know? She just hangs out with the Proud Boys and throws up the white power sign. I mean, let's not get it confused here at all. That's what she talks about, and that's who she hangs out with. I'm not making shit up. But Betty fixed Manatee County as a toddler and a teen. Go, Betty, go.
And this stuff is still going on in their county to this day. Eric Kratic is incompetent. You guys made a poor decision for popularity. You went with the flow once again to get along.
What? He ran uncontested.
Along. And look how screwed up everything is. Because you
And the previous sheriff died.
guys just didn't want to rock the boat. Didn't want to rock the boat. I think it's time for Sumner County.
I mean, no. Why rock a boat? No.
To get new leadership there.
Oh.
Because I'm telling you, I'm all over this country.
Shit, Betty, months ago you said that you were going to move to Sumner County and run for office. What happened to that? Betty was going to, you guys remember that when she was going to uproot her life, move to Tennessee and run against Kratic? Do you guys remember that? Oh, that's right, John. That's right. She's a master electrician. I forgot. Hey, Bets, run a campaign. Get the majority of the voters to vote for you. Win a seat. Win 2 more elections and hold the seat for 3 terms. Then come talk to me about your political knowledge. Start by reading OMA, maybe. Bree, lower the expectations. Come on now. Get back down to earth. We are dealing with fantasy world and delusion. Thank you for the support, but I need you to lower your standards here. You didn't take your dose of fuck it all this morning. I need you to get with me here. We're living in the delusional upside down. Everybody take their dose of fuck it all. Okay, back to Betty.
And when I see something this bad, this is bad. This is bad.
Jen, enjoy it. Hey, Lurker.
But anyways, I'm going after everybody. We're holding everybody blessed accountable in Texas. Or excuse me, Tennessee. Everybody.
Stop it. You are far from dumb. So far from dumb. Stop that shit.
And another thing, I noticed yesterday I was going off on Bill Lee. I kept calling him Mike. I don't like Mike Lee. I'm not a Mike Lee fan.
No, she loves Mike Lindell, though. My pillow pet, my pillow pet.
And here I am calling Bill Mike. And I'm like,
right?
Whatever.
Holy
For the cuss jar. It's needed today. So we know Seth. I believe Seth is out there because he just said Eric Kratic ran from him. So if you guys are out there in the Sumner County, anywhere near and around that, please consider going out and showing
No, he went home.
some love and support to this father that's fighting for his son. You know what? He's been fighting for Sebastian.
Hold up. Look at Betty's. Hold on. Let me go bigger. Let me go big full screen. Look what Betty did to Seth. I mean, you can barely see. She's got her chat above it, but look at Seth's eyes. Look what she did. Or is that just what his eyes look like? What the fuck? I hope that's something she did. What the fuck did she do to his eyes? Do you guys see what I'm seeing? Yeah, Robert, he doesn't want anybody's support unless you're full green team and realistic. And hello, by the way. Hey, Sasha. Did you guys notice that though? The way it's hard to see right now because of the little comments over it. Man, that's bad.
Sebastian Rogers since the day he disappeared. And since the day his son disappeared, his ex-wife and the stepfather have sat on their ass making excuses on why they can't help. For a year.
Yeah, Marcy, this picture, okay, I'm going to tell you what she made it look like. She makes it look like Seth has his hand on Emmanuel. That to me is really strange. He does, Chris, and maybe it's just this picture that I finally noticed in it, and I'm not trying to be mean. I thought she did that, you know how she likes to edit images. But that really caught me off guard really quick. But you see it, she has it so it looks like Seth has, yeah, his hand on the missing baby out of California. Yeah. Creepy.
And a half, we've had nothing but a year and a half excuses from Chris and Katie on why they can't help.
What? Where has there been excuses? Them not showing up at these vigils, these parties at breweries, these chaotic events where it's nothing but green team bullshit and shenanigans has nothing to do with them not helping find their missing child.
And the blessed, idiotic, corrupt Sheriff Snuggle Struggles, or if you want to call him, Eric Kratic.
Oh, that was a fucking knee slapper, let me tell you. Calling the man a dick. Ooh, I'm sure it hurt his fucking feelings. Oh, no.
He's got to go. He's running away from a father demanding answers about his son's investigation.
Again, until I see a video of Kratic running from Seth, I'm going to say negatory.
If that doesn't irate or enrage Sumner County community, you guys deserve what you get. And I'm going to say it just like that.
Again, I am going with the working theory that all of the green team is attempting to rage bait their audiences off of misinformation and salacious bullshit. What for? I have no idea. But you see, it's a group effort starting with At Night and more bullshit, Crime Time Buzz, Betty, all of them.
I'm putting it down. I'm walking away from this conversation. So thank you, Seth. We are here for you. We love you. We love your son. We want the best. And we're sick and tired of seeing this corrupt sheriff railroad you.
Oh, perfect time for a little insert of a clip. Speaking of the whole I love you thing, let's take a little throwback just because I think it's perfect to remind people of who the green team are. I'll be back with you in 4 minutes. And
I can't tell him that I love Sebastian. It makes me sick to hear people say that never met him. I tell him all the time, I don't love Sebastian. I love you in looking for Sebastian. But the people that keep saying they love somebody they never met, that's window dressing. You love Sebastian. We know that.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But, you know, I've corrected members of our own team when they talk about how much they love Sebastian. What they love is his pictures and the personality in those pictures and his innocence and his sweetness and kindness. But
yeah,
what we really, those of us that are around Seth, we love Seth, and we're loving Seth and supporting him in finding Sebastian.
Yeah. Yeah. I can understand that completely.
There's a whole world searching for you, who love you, and we'll find you.
And know that you got an army behind you and your dad, and that we love you so very much.
Sebastian, I want to talk to you directly for a minute. You've gained an uncle through this. This is Uncle Tony talking to you. I want you to know, son, that you have an army of people. And when I say an army, I'm talking about a massive army of people looking for you. And the general of that army, which is your daddy, is probably the toughest guy I've ever met in my life. And he is not giving up. Your army is not giving up. We will continue searching for you, son, until we find you. And if it takes another day, another week, another month, another year, another 10 years, the people that are truly a part of your army and the general of your army, your daddy, are not going to give up. We can only hope that if you don't make it home by Christmas, that wherever you are, whoever has you, that they find it in their hearts to give you some sort of love that day that you can't get when you're not home. But just know this, we will not give up until we find you. We love you, buddy.
I can't tell him that I love Sebastian. It makes me sick to hear people say that never met him.
We love you, buddy.
I tell him all the time, I don't love Sebastian. I love you in looking for Sebastian. But the people that keep saying they love somebody they never met, that's window dressing. You love Sebastian. We know that.
Right. I could, yeah. Right. Yeah.
You know, Tony, you saying you don't like people that say that they love Sebastian. I have said that, and I got attacked for that by a hate friend.
You shouldn't be
No,
attacked
I'm going
for
to
it.
say it's just I shouldn't have said it that way. I should have said I have a heart for Sebastian, and my heart
Correct.
goes out for Sebastian.
Correct.
Maybe my choice of words were bad. So that hate creator, here you go. My choice of words were bad.
But I've corrected members of our own team when they talk about how much they love Sebastian.
Yeah, just a little throwback. All right, you guys ready for some more bullshit? I cracked a Diet Coke, so are you ready? Because next you'll need your waders on. Because Betty just mentioned the family going to lunch with the Parks and Rec guy. They also mentioned the Pigfest. You might ask yourself, where have I heard that before? Well, that's because last night this happened on BJ's panel, which, by the way, don't get too excited. We will be going over this shit show from last night in full capacity later on this evening. And in true nonsense fashion, all of the clips of her previous claims that are very similar to what we saw last night. So if you would like to join me for an After Dark stream, be ready. But this particular part is very intriguing. And then we'll go to Wally's.
I think that there is a lot of complacency with this family. Like, to say that these babies, that's multiple babies that have suffered abuse at the hands of this monster. And
she's talking about the case in California to begin with.
It's like, you can't tell me, his family isn't aware of that.
Oh, I agree 100%. And I'm going to bet money that baby, his eye did not look like that when he was born. Not at all.
Yeah, unfortunately, a monster was released in California and ultimately harmed another. Again, know what you're voting for.
That's a sign of abuse. Just to look at him, and it just breaks my heart because no small baby should ever have to endure that. Ever. It's just absolutely disgusting, the kind of person you have to be to do something to an innocent baby.
I'm going to show you what she did and said on BJ's, and then I'm going to take you to her streams, because this whole Pigfest, them having dinner with the Parks and Rec guy, started with Lolly and her shenanigans. Hey, Aries.
Hang on 1 minute.
Okay.
And
One moment.
Hey,
we'll talk about all the technical difficulties last night tonight.
everybody.
We're just going to listen to the bullshit about what she spews.
Yeah, well, it
Not
is
the
my
ain't
opinion, and I'll be honest with y'all. I have a friend of mine she fosters children, and she got a call for a 3-month-old baby that was in specialty unit because his mother's boyfriend had beat him.
Lolly always has a story about everything, just like her friend that has 3 law degrees, criminal law degrees.
And
I knew I didn't.
he had that exact same look to him. She was told he would never be anything more than just laying there. And that young little boy is 8 years old, going to school.
Starlight, unfucking real. Unreal. Watching what we have, and the fact to hear people defend it. We'll talk about it tonight. I got a whole lot to say, as you can imagine.
Finally got caught up in his schoolwork, and he is with his age appropriate class. He's walking. I remember watching him crawl for the first time, making movements, and it took a lot of work because the boyfriend of the mother had done so much damage to that poor little boy. And that man is still in prison.
Thank you, Sammy. She's going to start talking about Sebastian in a moment. I don't know if Blessed...
Hey, Shayna. I just saw the message on there. Hello, everybody. Yes, Retha. We're not real happy with the city of Hendersonville right now, are we? California might be backwards and wonky, but boy, they're a step ahead of other counties that we know and states.
Hey, Adrian.
Tell you what, though, they had it going. They collaborated with the right group of people, and they got the job done.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Maybe he realized what's going on over there.
The bad part, every town has its bad place, bad cops and all. Everywhere you look, they're going to be there. Not that I am aware of coffee crime and cats, but I did a live a couple of days ago. Myself and one of my mods were talking about.
And that will be coming up. I've got that pulled, so I'm going to show you. It's her and Blue Eyes again. Imagine that.
A festival that's fixing to come up there in Hendersonville and asked to go pass out flyers.
Yes.
Sebastian. Did you hear about that?
Mm-hmm.
She was told that in order to get the approval to just be outside the gate at the entrance and pass out flyers of Sebastian, we would have to get the Proudfoot and Bowersox approval first.
What? Wait a minute. No, I didn't hear about that.
Oh, girl.
Since when?
Now, mind you.
Okay, let me set the stage right quick. None of them live there. None of them are locals in this group that is wanting to set up and hand out Sebastian flyers. There's more to this story than she tells here, of course. She's self-promoting, which, whatever. This is just how they maneuver. But she and her group of people are not even remotely local. She's in Texas. What happened to the drive-bys that your buddy was doing, on the random dirt roads with signs in people's yards of supporting a church? And what happened to all that? What happened to the CPS calls that you were making in Texas in these facilities? What happened to Richard Bishop in Pennsylvania? What happened to all the people in Texas Roadhouse that you were so wrong about identifying? What happened to that, Lolly?
This event is put on by the city of Hendersonville.
He
told her she had to get the approval of Eric Kratic, the Proudfoots, and the Bowersox.
That
never
is absolutely
mentioned
insane.
his father. Never mentioned Seth at all.
I cannot.
Revival, can we just take a moment? Can we just take a moment? Sorry, guys. That just made my mama heart, because I know my friend's heart is so happy. Like, It's the small things that we have to celebrate sometimes. And that's might be something small to other people, and it's huge to a lot of us. Good job, Mama.
He was going to lunch with her. And as a matter of fact, I will read if you don't mind real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. That's
because
so
he did send an email.
So
and his email read, because he said he was going to lunch with them as soon as he hung up.
Sorry, I just saw that and I was like, hold on, we got to stop. That is truly.
Talking to her. He was going to be meeting with the Proudfoot and he would get back with her. He said, at this time, we are not authorizing any outside vendors or distribution of any material in the Pigfest event other than those who are sponsors of the event.
Yeah, we'll talk about this whole Pigfest event and what they're trying to do here. Again, they have had their eyes on the Pigfest since Chris had a shirt. And they knew that Chris and Katie attended. And it was like something that they've done over and over again.
So
that is absolute bullshit.
I guess the
Revival. Can my buddy get an extra snack at Costco next time on me? Okay. We'll talk about it later, but I'm just like so excited right now because that's such a fucking huge, that's amazing. I love it.
Proudfoot in the Bower Sox chose not to have a reminder of Sebastian while they're having a fun weekend.
That would be the perfect time to utilize that.
Exactly. But don't worry, we're not giving up. We are already in the works. People at that event will see Sebastian's flyer. I promise.
I love that.
We are still working on it. We have a place we can set up. It's just crazy. Why would a mother not want her child's flyer passed out at an event that is going to pull in thousands of people from all around the state and even probably from outside of that state?
Mind you, remember that was the logo that Chris was representing.
Yep, it was
Sebastian's 1 year anniversary. The interview.
Yep, and I agreed with Dixie Chick. There goes that Sox money again.
Yeah, they say that Chris's uncle is like big into the Pigfest.
Yeah, but this is the thing. They participate as barbecue people. They're not even sponsors of the event. I pulled up the whole website. We looked it up and down. Nowhere, anywhere, are any member of the Proudfoot or Bower Sox family listed, or any business of theirs as a sponsor. So you're going to tell me they don't run that city, but yet you got to have approval from Sebastian's step family to pass out the flyer?
Y'all make sense, because it doesn't.
It doesn't. No way, shape, form, or fashion.
What the heck?
It just proved a point to me. It was the worst. I could not believe the response. And we were told Eric Kratic had to approve as well. So his email reply was, I have nothing to do with the festival. You will have to check with the city of Hendersonville.
Since when do you have to ask that put flyers out for anybody?
Exactly. She was asking about it. She didn't want to set up a booth inside. She just wanted to have a little table, like a card table. So
okay, we'll talk about that in a moment.
He has extra flyers there and have several of the kids missing in Tennessee, not just Sebastian's. But
okay, well, let's look. Let's just go to what she initially said. Okay, this is from 2 days ago. This is from Lolly and her buddy Blue Eyes. Let's see what they were up to and concocted over here. Again, for anybody just coming in, you will get to watch BJ's last night's fuckery or early morning fuckery tonight with me. It will be a after dark stream. Grab your snacks, your drinks. It'll be a shit show and a blast. We're going to have some laughs. But Lolly mentioned the Pigfest and what they were trying to do. So let's hear the truth. You've heard Betty say some things. Let's look and see.
Let me make sure you all understand. I'm in East
Hey,
Texas. I'm not even close to Hendersonville, Tennessee.
No shit. You're in Texas. Texas has a lot of missing children too.
Not even close to the state of Tennessee.
Right. So what we doing? I haven't looked Chroma Reels. I will after this.
But yeah, we have a festival that's a 5-day festival and people come from all over to that festival. I will go. And I have done it since Little Summer got missing. I pass out flyers of Sebastian and Summer.
Lip Locked. Is your email on your page, Lip Locked? I actually have a question for you that I would like to email you.
I create them, have the information on there with both of their pictures, both of their information. And I stand at the gate, right outside the gate. As people are walking up, I'm passing these out. These are missing kids. Please keep this flyer with you.
Good luck,
if you think
Darby.
you see something, please call it in. Thank you for your time. These kids will thank you. It's a great opportunity to get those flyers and in the hands of people who might not even know they're missing. And so Hendersonville has a Pigfest. And
did you text me, Mel?
What better way?
Oh,
to put Sebastian's face into the hands of local people around the area where that young man's from. When you do that, it reminds people, oh, he's still missing. Okay, we need to be vigilant. Let's not forget about him. Let's keep his picture right here or on the refrigerator or in your car, on your dash or something, somewhere that keeps you reminded of the fact that Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers on this day, 18 months ago, went missing. Well, friends, we've talked several times before in the past about how we feel there's corruption going on and there are certain people pulling strings all around the area there. So with that being said, At Night has
pulling strings, huh? Mal, how's Mama Karen today? Did Lip Locked say if her email is on her page? Oh, I haven't seen it yet. Okay. Sorry.
put out an update, facial recognition pinged, and they are looking into that. And so we'll go over that here in a minute. But as far as Hendersonville, Tennessee goes, I'm going to let our friends Blue Eyes tell us exactly the thought she had today and what she did and what she was told. Sit back, guys. Prepare yourself because you're not going to believe what you hear. Hello, Blue Eyes. Are you there? You're muted. Hello. She might have to.
Hello, everyone.
There she is. Hello, hello.
Yeah.
So you want to go ahead?
Hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you. You want to tell everybody what you did today?
Oh my gosh, I got to share this really quick because we're getting some good news today. There's been some happy things, but I got, oh, perfect, lip locked. I don't think I can see it. I'll find it. It's probably in my hidden. I'll find it. Another good news is everybody, well, some of you that were here will know that Mal's mom, Mama Karen, had a lumpectomy earlier this week, and they just got the results back. Mal, would you like to share in the chat? You guys are, look at us. There's good news happening. You guys are making me all mushy over here and shit. Another thing in the right direction. Are you still in here? Did you leave? Are you double doing it? Where'd she go? I was going to let her share it, but they came back with no cancer. They took the cancer out. Yep. No more lymph nodes. The lymph nodes came back with no cancer. They got everything they needed. They got the cancerous spot, the problematic area. They were able to remove that, and the rest of it that they tested came back no cancer. So they got rid of the cancer, and the lymph nodes came back clear. She just has to do the radiation. Oh, I'm so happy for you and Mama Karen. Yeah, sorry. These are moments that we will stop any show for because that's incredible. So they were able, hey, Terry, they were able to go in and grab the cancerous mass, get rid of that, and the lymph nodes that they tested are cancer-free. Now just radiation. Another good. Okay, carry on. Tell us some more bullshit, Lolly. We're over here celebrating shit. Tell us more lies.
I think I'm echoing again.
You're going to come out, leave, and come back in?
Fuck cancer, right? Fuck cancer.
Yes.
Do you need to call me on the phone? Would it be better to do it that way? I can put the Bluetooth speaker up.
Yes. Great days ahead. Yes.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Alrighty. Let me get my, hold on guys. We got to get all this figured out and set up. I could hear her fine earlier.
Mel, can I share? Can I share with everybody? So after she got her, between the diagnosis and the testing, when they found out that she had the mass and her surgery, were you guys watching baseball? I think they were at just like a local sports bar pub, and her mama was doing, she got a couple pull tabs and she actually won. She won on the pull tabs. Them two are such goofs. They're so goofy, but it was so funny. It was so cute.
But hang tight, guys. Let me get my speaker real quick.
She's got a picture of her mama with her tabs. She was so cute. I was like, oh my gosh.
Okay, you can call in whenever you're ready. Let me get this hooked up.
Power on.
Wendy.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
It'll be great.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Okay, we're connected successfully.
Oh God, spare us. What did Marcy say? Marcy shared something.
Okay, everybody. Thanks for being so patient. Technology, gotta love it. Gotta love it. Can't live without it, can we? Oh, at least StreamYard's not being so crazy wonky.
Oh, good.
At least that much we got, huh?
Marcy, that's great.
Let's wait for her to call in. I'm going to have her also inform us on some help that she's needing.
Oh, Chris, I'm so sorry. We'll be keeping you in our thoughts. Please keep us posted. That's, ugh, I'm sorry.
Okay, let me see here.
Fuck cancer. Oh, Jen, Mal's mom. So she had a lump that was cancerous. They were able to successfully go in and remove the cancer in the lump. They performed the lumpectomy and got the cancerous spot. And then they checked a bunch of the lymph nodes, and the lymph nodes came back cancer-free. So they were able to get the spot that was the cancer. They took that out, and the lymph nodes tested cancer-free. So she'll have to do radiation still just to make sure. But that's a huge win. The lymph nodes are not cancerous. That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, that was so cute. Her and those, right? Music City Mom. That's, I mean, great freaking news. Great news. Okay. Sorry, guys. We're over here. But those are moments that when you guys share, I want to be able to. Oh, blank screen. Yep. Green team rejects. Well, they're not rejects. They're full-on green team. Full-on green team members. Oh, yeah, I hope everything goes okay. Okay, here we go. Watch what these two are up to. Let's just fast forward it because they struggle for a little bit.
I have to call and ask Kratic, which me with my smart mouth sometimes, I ask him, you mean I have to come out and go talk to Snuggle Struggle himself? And he asked me not to call him that because he's a respectful, nice man.
Oh,
School, because
let me back up.
handle flyers.
So this is Blue Eyes Jules that is speaking to Lolly.
At the entrance. Well, he sort of blew me away when he tells me that would have to be okayed by the sheriff's office, Eric Kratic, and with the Proudfoot and the Bowersox family. And
so according to Blue Eyes, she reached out to the guy that hosts and puts on the Pigfest event in Hendersonville. He's head of the Park and Rec department for Sumner County.
My heart sunk. But he also had told me that he was getting ready to go to lunch with part of the family. And I said, would that be the Proudfoots? And he said, yes. And
Jen,
it just floored me But he also told me that I could also possibly
Jen.
set up over at the school because it would have to have permission from the Bowers Arts and Crafts for me to actually set up out there.
Okay, hold on. Let's just take a moment. We can go back to this in a minute. Amy, I am so glad that you got her into a good neuro and she's starting meds. That's amazing. Your husband's test came back cancer-free this week. That's amazing. Anybody else got something? Like, this is okay. So we got some good news. Seizure meds on board. That's hard. My grandfather had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma for years. Right? I know, Misty. I know. Like, I'm over here like, oh. Thank you, Lip Locked. Happy birthday. Oh, we got birthday twins. Pika's kiddo and Mal's sister. Happy birthday, beautiful girls. Enjoy your evening. Yeah, eat a piece of cake for me too. That's amazing. He's fishing. He's fishing. Oh, Music City Mom. That's so great. Okay. I will eat extra ice cream. Now I won't feel guilty. Thank you guys for sharing these moments with us, though, truly. Like, sometimes you just gotta stop and cherish the good things. That's amazing. Okay, thank you all for sharing with us. Let's watch this shit show. I'd rather talk about good things any day than these shitheads.
Which, I don't think that's going to happen because I don't think that any of the family wants those wires being passed out. But to know that this person is that associated with this.
And Chris, we will all continue to keep your niece in our thoughts. That is, I'm sure hopefully she's got a very good team of pediatric physicians and they can get it figured out right away.
These two families. And knowing that I have to call and ask Kratic, which me with my smart mouth sometimes, I ask him, you mean I have to come out and go talk to Snuggle Struggle himself? And he asked me not to call him that because he's a respectful, nice man.
So she's addressing to the park and rec guy, she is calling Sheriff Kratic Sheriff Snuggle Struggle. And they wonder why they aren't looking for their chaos to come to their town.
And he told me I could also sit over in the school parking lot, set up in the school parking lot because the actual venue where it's being held is going to, the land extends into the school. And so he said that I would have to get permission from the school plus Kratic's permission. And this really blew me away. And so what bothered me the most, and I went unglued. And so anyway, I made an email to the gentleman that is over the Parks and Recreation, which is Mr. Gilly, and I also
I'm going to pull that.
Whoever this gentleman was.
I'll pull up the email from Mr. Gilly.
And so as I was talking to this guy on the phone,
I want you to read this. Let's read through this. So they reach out, these busybody bitches, that's what we're going to call them, reach out and said, "Dear Mr. Gilly, I hope you are doing well. I am writing to ask if my friends and I may be allowed to set up a small tent outside the entrance of Pigfest in Hendersonville to hand out flyers and share information about missing child Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, who has now been missing for 18 months. You remember we heard her state on BJ's panel from last night that multiple missing children, Summer, they mentioned too. No, the email states specifically just Sebastian. Just Sebastian. I want to be clear that I'm not aligned with Team Proudfoot or Team Rogers. What? This has chaos written all over it. My only focus is Team Sebastian, ensuring his name stays present in the community and that awareness continues until he is found. But yet you call these people on the phone and call the sheriff of Sumner County, Mr. Sheriff Snuggle Struggle. Our goal is simply to keep his story visible and to engage the public in a respectful and positive way. If there are any guidelines, requirements, or permissions needed to make this possible, please let me know and I will be glad to follow them. Thank you very much for your time and consideration. What?
With a day notice, if I was to come up with a sponsorship, then I would be allowed to be a part of Pigfest, but it would still be up to the family's discretion. So if I got up a sponsorship anywhere from $5, which is their limit is $500 to $10,000, if I was to spend this money out, which God knows if I had it, I would. But my thing is that if I spent $500 for a sponsorship, they would still have the discretion to tell me if I could do it or not. That don't sit right with me. I'm sorry. There is no family that doesn't own the key to the state or the city or wherever they are is going to tell me that I can and can't set up somewhere when I just spit out that big amount of money. But I'll let Wally read the email, or y'all can read it on there. But this is the one that I did send to Mr. Gilly, which I've had no response from him.
Okay, I'm going to take that email down that she sent.
So she got no response to that email, is what they just claimed. Mr. Gilly has not responded.
Now I'm going to share the screen, and I'm going to share the flyer that she sent to Eric Kratic. Okay, let me share this here. And it says, Dear Sheriff Kratic, my name is Kimberly Young. Sorry, I didn't take your name out. And I'm reaching out regarding the upcoming Pigfest in Hendersonville. I spoke with one of the event coordinators and organizers.
Way to dox your friend there, dodo bird.
Today, and they informed me that I would need permission in order to either do a sponsorship or set up a small tent outside the event to hand out.
Where's this email back that says that they needed all these permissions? Where is that email? Oh, wait, it was a phone call, so we have no idea that that was actually stated.
Flyers and information about missing child Sebastian Rogers. I want to be clear that I am not affiliated with Team Proudfoot or Team Rogers. My only focus is on Team Sebastian. I'm keeping awareness alive for him. My goal is simply to spread information and make sure the community does not forget about this child. Could you please provide me with more information about what steps I need to take in order to make this possible? I would greatly appreciate any guidance you can give. Thank you for your time and consideration. Mr. Kratic did respond to her. And this is his response. Good afternoon, Kimberly. First, thank you for your willingness to keep Sebastian's face prevalent. I have no authority over who can set up anything at Pigfest.
Why would the sheriff have anything to do with it? He wouldn't. And he was very respectful.
I would only ask that you use the official missing persons flyer and encourage people to promptly report tips. Now, she was just
sounds to me like a sheriff that's still very actively engaged in keeping Sebastian's awareness. He even emails with the correct flyer to pass out. Isn't that shocking? Sheriff Kratic responds, but they've been telling us, Betty, everybody's been telling us you can't get a response from Kratic. Well, shit. Seems like this person was easily able to get a response from Kratic. And all he asked is that they share the correct flyer, which is the one directly from the TBI website. Interesting, huh?
Told that she had to have the permission of the Proudfoots, Bowersox, and permission from Eric Kratic.
And we have no proof that that's true unless they recorded the phone call. Why didn't you put that out? We have no idea that this was actually stated to them.
Make it make sense, folks. I mean, it's just unbelievable to me.
You're right.
Unbelievable to me.
It's unbelievable to me that you guys just keep busybodying it up and more bullshit.
Hello to everybody coming in. Thank you all for being here. Go ahead, Blue Eyes.
Also, I had told the gentleman that I was talking to, I said, while you're at lunch, I said, you might want to tell CP that I do have emails and messages. I wasn't trying to be a smart aleck. I just wanted him to know that I know what all he's told me. And it really makes me sick to my stomach that we can, which I am thankful that they've done this so far, they can go in another state, or all these other people are being found in Tennessee, but this child cannot be found, or we can arrest children's parents that they don't even have a body to charge them with. But they
Oh, not talking about a no body case again. And you tell me this isn't all coordinated bullshit by the Green Team? Yeah, it is.
can charge them.
Oh, and hang on. Just so, yeah, why can't Tennessee do that? Because today, Nobody of little Emmanuel, but his mother and father were both officially charged today with murder of that baby.
And again, I tell you, there is a big difference between the case of a 6-month-old when a parent or step parent is confessing versus no evidence. Right, Electro? Right? When I caught that, I was like, you lying sacks of shit.
How is it that Sumner County is so incompetent that they can't take care of their own missing child, but everybody around them can solve those cases?
Their own missing child. He's not the only child that's gone missing in Sumner County.
Little Jaden Spicer was under the ground, and yet they pushed and pushed and pushed until they had that mother crack. It's uncalled for. We're not here to coddle parents.
Really? Seems to me you're coddling Seth.
No offense, but the child is missing. Who's going to stand up for Sebastian? His mother just made a thing about proclaiming for her birthday she wanted flyers to be passed out. That's all she wanted for her birthday. She didn't want her son to come home on her birthday. She just wanted flyers to be
Oh my God, you sick, twisted fucking bitch. I forgot she said that.
passed out. Exactly, Holly. Nina has told us all.
When asked what she would like from the public, how could the public help her? She said, please continue to share his face, his flyer. Ultimately, that would mean bringing awareness so Sebastian would be found and brought home. Are you fucking joking, Lolly? This is the person who has used the grief of losing her own child to leverage at Katie for over a year now. The most vile, disgusting shit.
We need to know. And this conversation that our Blue Eyes Jewel just had today tells you exactly what we have been saying all along. That family own some.
Which county? Crazy B6?
County.
There's some very corrupt counties. We've covered some of it about some of the corruption. Chico has covered a lot about the corruption in some of the small towns in Tennessee, right around there. There is some stuff that goes on, but again, there is absolutely no proof, no evidence, nothing that any Seth, Katie, or Chris are involved in Sebastian's disappearance. That's just what it is. It's an active, ongoing investigation. And it's not a criminal investigation. It's an active, ongoing investigation. And busybodies like these two bitches and Jennifer Jennings and all the other Bullhorn Bettys and all their fake fucking misinformation is disgusting. And they wonder why Seth can't get information. But some random person can email Kratic and get an email response back. But yet we've been told by all Crime Time Buzz and the others, nobody can get a response from him. Well, we're looking at one.
Do you want to talk?
I was talking to the, Bobby was asking who I was talking to. I called the Parks and Recreation to see about, that is who is allowing Pigfest to go on. And I had called them to see if I could get permission to set up out there to hand out flyers. Now, I think where somebody said, as long as, I think it was Karen Powers that said, if I was using the official missing persons poster. Well, the link that he sent me back is the one where it shows him at a younger age. It's the one that they come up with. That don't even show.
It's the official TBI flyer. It's the direct flyer from the TBI that was taken days before he went missing. Days before he went missing. And they continue to misrepresent when that photo. And it was obviously the TBI that chose that photo for a reason to put on that flyer.
What he looks like as an adult now, well, as a 16-year-old child, that looks like he was probably 8 or 9. It's the same picture that she said was taken, I think, the day that they were at Costco or BJ's, wherever they had went.
Well, it doesn't really sound like, it doesn't sound, Crazy B6, that the two have any correlation. It sounds like they could pass out flyers, but I'm going to call bullshit on how it's all being stated. Because these two are doing nothing but trying to cause problems. They picked the Pigfest because they know that Chris and his family have been attending that Pigfest for years. Years. Their intent is to cause chaos, not awareness for Sebastian, and you'll never convince me otherwise.
Now, this is where I want to go.
I don't know
Hang
if
tight,
anybody did.
Blue Eyes, because I'm going to share some information, guys, pertaining to Pigfest. Okay. Let me get there. We're going to open this folder up. Hang tight, because I'm going to go all the way down to the very beginning.
Well, Lip Locked, they're sitting over here screaming about Sumner County not doing enough. And, you know, Sebastian's been missing and they haven't done nothing. Actually, another missing child, or a child went missing shortly after Sebastian did. And they did the exact same response and found the child. But they're still, you know, just horrible pieces of shit that do nothing, according to these crazies. It's absolutely wild. Yeah, KT, there's no indication. So they're saying that this conversation happened and these were the things that were stated. We've heard Betty repeat them. We've heard them. She's been going on every panel saying that they were going to have lunch. We have no proof that that was ever said. Of course, it was a phone call. And these two don't have that phone call recorded. Yeah, right. You can't have it both ways. Yeah, that's another thing. They pass out flyers with their YouTube handles on them. It's gross. And why would the sheriff ask for the relevant information? Make sure if you're sharing flyers, it's the accurate, relevant flyer. Because he knows that at night and their group have these flyers that have this reward that is not even remotely true on it. Of course, he's going to want the correct flyer. Like, what is going on?
Number one, let's start here. And let me just say that, and I was telling this to Blue Eyes, my career that I have had is in event planning for cities and for the county. I have hosted, put together, organized, and executed all the things pertaining to festivals.
Really, I don't give a shit about what you claim you have done, because I've seen you on this app for 18 months now. Lie, attack, shame, degrade parents of missing children, us in particular, the mother of a missing child, actually multiple families, because you use your own trauma and your own loss to weaponize against them. Hey,
I've worked for the city. I've worked for the county. Anyone who has a booth space they want to have to pass out information, whether it's, if it's like, let's say, if it's a jewelry, a boutique, and you have jewelry, there's going to be a space on there. Tell me what you're going to sell, what you're going to put on your flyers if you have a flyer. Now, if there's 3 people that's going to contact me and say, hey, can you squeeze me in somewhere? I have a flyer and I want to promote my, let's say, I don't even know what. If it's the same thing, I'm going to have to tell the second person, sorry, I already have someone promoting that business. I'm not going to have multiple booths. People don't need multiple flyers of the same thing. This is a missing child. There's not another Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers out there.
And we just heard Blue Eyes say that it was suggested that they could set up at the school, which is close to the location as is, still bringing awareness to Sebastian. What are they doing?
There should have been no reason for his family to have to be contacted. His step family should never have had to be contacted. And speaking of which, this is where we're going. This is on their official page. You see the number there. You see the email address at the top. Look who their main sponsor is.
Hell, Sienna, they're probably butt plug festivals. I mean, we have no idea what the fuck this woman does, besides talks a lot of shit that is misinformation, lines up pictures that don't even closely match. For all I know, she was a fucking facilitator of butt plug festivals. I don't fucking know. But she claims she's the know-all, be-all festival going whatever. I'm sorry, I've lost it today. I've just had it with the fuckery with this group of people, and they just keep doing more and more and more and more. And as she tells you, she is in East Texas. She's not even in Tennessee. Have you ever been to Tennessee? Do you need to loan my dolphin to go ride to Tennessee? Because I guess I'm supposed to ride a dolphin. Next thing you know, that fucking, where is that crazy bitch that thought I should ride a dolphin to Tennessee? You want me to ride a mini cow to Tennessee? I mean, I might be able to because there's a lot that go there.
Big sponsor.
Let me hit these buttons before I really push people's buttons.
Is Dude Wipes. Now let's go this way here. Go back up. Oh, let's go that way.
That's a
Sorry.
great idea, Crazy B6. That's a great idea, actually. That's really a good idea to hand out flyers, insert. And we don't know. Here's the other thing. They could already have something in the works. Again, we have no idea. They know exactly what the intent of these type of people are from. I can write it to your phone. Gotcha. Perfect. Sammy, sending you a huge hug.
Oh, look. Catch, Land and Sea. Broken Plow Ranch in Texas, Longhorns.
Okay. What does that have to do with anything?
Brower. Navarro Creative.
These are the sponsors. Yay. Okay.
Group and Catch. Pit Master Title sponsors. EXS Group, Exterior Solutions Group, Acura, Gary Force Acura, Ultimate Party Superstore, McGibney Compass, Freedom Title Services, TriStar Health. If I was TriStar Health, I would be extra pissed, and I'll show you just a minute why. But we got Hillier, we got Tennessee Erosion Control, we have what is that? I don't know, some kind of I don't know. There's a business there. The DC is there. Surf Pro, Celebrity Coaches, Prove.
Honey Elzer, I'm going to talk about this a little bit tonight, but I want to mention it just in case you're not here. But you and others that offered resources and information in the posts and in that video yesterday, I just want you to know that at least 6 different people, 6 reached out and either went to the pharmacy and already got Narcan. Some of them are having it shipped to their homes, but 6 people now have Narcan, multiple vials of it headed to their homes because of information you guys provided and the discussion yesterday. I call that a win. It can be toxic, you're right. It can be heavy around here, but things like that, and I'm sure there's more than 6, but that was just 6 that told me where they got it, how they got it. I thought that was incredible, and I wanted to pass that on to you because you spent time writing out, all the resources. Many of you guys did. Whoever commented with different information, thank you guys all so much for the time that you put into that and being a part of that conversation, because you guys really made a difference. And there's many people that people weren't even thinking about, like, oh, elderly forgetting. Like, there was so many points that were made of different demographics that could potentially be saved with Narcan. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. I thought that was a pretty huge win. So I think everybody that I know so far, Crazy B6, is getting at least 2. It sounds like most of the packs that people are getting have at least 2 with them. And it can take absolutely more than 1, but it's a great start. It's a great start. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I was like, you know what? Let them talk all this shit. We're just going to continue to do. It's a huge win. So thank you, Islanders. You guys are amazing. Okay, back to their bullshit.
Then Pets Solution, Dynamite Cleaning and Junk Removal. Hendersonville Jewelry, R. Shannon House Call. There's the Hillier stuff again. Jones Brothers. Aviana Home Health Services, Sumner County, Tennessee. Visit SumnerTennessee.com. That's the visitor place. Oh, but look here, TriStar. They didn't even get the whole logo attached. Scott and Tanner cologne, riches.
So as you can tell, they're just sitting here trying to cause problems. I mean, it's very obvious to see that they are intent on causing chaos. It would be one thing if they were just there to pass out flyers of Sebastian, his Amber Alert flyers. That would be a whole different situation. But their intent, I mean, you see how that email is written. It's not about all the missing kids in Tennessee. It was specifically about Sebastian. The way it was written is team this, team that. If you're not there to cause chaos, that would have never been addressed that way. And here these busybodies are over here telling us that, you know, this man said that he was having lunch with them. Where's the proof of that? Where's the proof? Just a thought, but maybe they asked to check with the Proudfoots and Bowersox to make sure they didn't have plans to do something similar. That's the other thing. If they did say, can you get the permission of, if they are or have a booth or are a sponsor or a family member of theirs, family friend or something, they might already have that as something happening in the festival. That's a very valid point, Janice. Very valid. That's amazing, Elizabeth. I love that. This is so frustrating. See, I knew you were saying, I know. Don't let anybody fool you. Just living my sainthood over here. Just joking, you guys.
71. C, the Bowersox family, the Proudfoot family, or any of their businesses.
It's great to have it.
No, you didn't. They don't even sponsor this event.
Elizabeth, you never know when somebody will need it. People sometimes forget that they've taken meds or they get additional meds when they're sick or something and your body reacts different. There's so many different variations of situations that can happen that Narcan can actually be used for. But again, I'm going to say this just because I feel like I need to. This is not medical advice. But if you ever are in a position of needing to use Narcan, you are on the phone with 911 making that call as you're deploying the Narcan because you need additional life-saving measures usually. So don't forget to call 911.
They're not listed as a sponsor, but yet they have a say in what booth can go or not go. Only because it pertains to Katie's son. Katie's son, not Chris's son, not Kathy Bowersock's grandson. All that shit is because of marriage.
Again, because of marriage. It doesn't matter. I get so sick of them diminishing these relationships because of stepdad, his mom. They're his family. Okay, Denny. Denny, I haven't seen you pop out of the bushes in a while, and you come out with that one today. Come on now. Usually you're a little bit oppositional of me, which is great, but then today here you come with that. Really, Denny? That's a pretty good one, though, I have to say. I'll take that. It's good to see you.
This is pissing me off, folks. And I'm going to tell you right now, if anybody was to set up a booth anywhere around there, they would get harassed and attacked.
Can you imagine what they would think about adoptive parents or, foster parents? Step parents don't matter. Step grandparents don't matter. God forbid.
And pushed around and talked to like you were a dog. They do not want this child found. In any county or city going to sit there and say, oh, we can't let you do that unless we ask his mother and father first. Well, first of all, you're not asking Seth. You never mentioned Seth Rogers. You mentioned the Bowersox and the Proudfoots. They have no right to Sebastian.
Seth, wait, what? That's his family. Whether you like it or not, that's his family. Seth Rogers isn't a resident of Sumner County or Hendersonville. He lives in Clarksville in a completely different county. He is not a member of that community. Chris's family, Chris and Katie, have been attending Pigfest and involved in their community for years. His mom is a prominent member in the community with her real estate business, as far as like she knows they've been there forever. But again, like Crazy B6 said, they're not these millionaire wealthy people that everybody in the county knows. No, she's got business relationships and knows people because they've lived there forever, but it's not like they run the whole fucking town like these people are making it out to be. This is insane. And now you see how this has trickled down. It's just been this trickle effect that has been nonstop.
His father does. But nowhere did it state in that conversation that she had to ask his father's permission.
Yeah, lip lock.
Because his father doesn't run that county. It's absolutely disgusting. It's horrible. And I am so...
Misty, I think that is so degrading too. It's such a degrading thing when they do that. Chris taught Sebastian. Look at him out there operating heavy equipment. Look at him teaching him how to ride a bike. The man was definitely involved in Sebastian's life, whether these people want to rewrite the story or not. He absolutely was involved. It makes me sick. Marcy, you're spot on too. You're spot on. Sporting events, we saw him at hockey games. Katie was always taking, I mean, it's just, that's the only thing they have, those to diminish who they are as people. We have no indication that there was 5 CPS reports that have anything to do with Chris and Katie. They have not been accused of any crime. There's no evidence that they've committed any crime. They're pissing and moaning because Katie asked for people to pass out Sebastian's flyer. Oh, she didn't ask for them to bring Sebastian home. Like we heard other people allege that could be done, that Kratic could just, Crime Time Buzz, if you missed the beginning of this, Crime Time Buzz alleges that Kratic knows where Sebastian is. They think, then the Green Team rhetoric is that Kratic knows where Sebastian is. How fucking ridiculous is this getting? We're going to keep an eye on the Green Team movements because they're amping up for something. Something's happening here. There is some weird movements between At Night and the Green Team cronies. They are definitely up to no good, and we're just going to keep an eye on it while we... By the way, I am leaving Sunday. I will be leaving for another adventure of mini cows. So the next week or so, my content will be back to mini cows and road tripping with the other half. You know, I'm going to tie him up and make him miserable with my YouTube content. I'll get a signed written agreement though, so I can do that. But it will be that way for like a week, and then we'll be back to normal. But I'll just be kind of paying attention as I'm gone.
Sorry to rant over this. I'm so tired of hearing this over and over and over again. And a person that works for the city or county is fixing to go to lunch with them and would have to ask their permission. I call bullshit. I've done festivals. That was what I did.
Amy, I can't even imagine. I honestly can't even imagine, and I don't want to. And watching what these people, oh yeah, it's just frustrating.
At no time did I ever say, well, let me go ask that child's family first. It's sickening.
Another thing that this guy did was tell me that he would speak with the family and see if they would allow it, and then he would call me back, but I never got a call back. Go figure.
Isn't that something? Never received a call back. He went to lunch. It's almost dinner time.
Honey Elder, I'm not, I just read your comment and I know you're not asking me, but I've told this publicly. I've went through addiction with my sister. The best thing that I ever did, I have taken her to rehabs. I've taken her to mental lockdown facilities. The best thing I ever did was attend classes for addiction and educated myself first and foremost, and found support to understand the addiction and what it all meant for myself, because it's a lot to process. So don't forget about doing something for you and making sure you have adequate support too, because it is a lot. So that's all I wanted to mention though, is make sure you do something for you in this whole situation too, please.
He ain't called her back. But that's what we're dealing with, folks. We sit here every day and we talk about this young man that is missing, that has no one out there on his side. His father's fighting, doing what he's doing. We're here every day talking, showing things, pulling stuff out from every angle we can.
In other words, find people that are around you that can understand, can lift you up when you're having a hard day, because in order to be there for her, you have to be there for you. And sometimes that's really hard. And it's a very fast changing situation oftentimes. So that's the only thing I wanted to say, was make sure you have support for yourself too, and take care of you, whatever that looks like.
And yet we're the bad people, right? I'm the bad person over here because I'm sitting here telling you things. I'm not telling you it's facts. What I'm telling you is a fact is what Blue Eyes is telling me. That's the words that were told to her. I just showed you the email from Eric Kratic. He has nothing to do with it. His office is probably providing security, because that's what the sheriff's department does for events that are local.
What are we doing here? The sheriff flat out was respectful, was kind in his response. All he asked was that the appropriate flyer was passed out. That's it. That's all. Why are they doing this? Anybody have any ideas? Anybody in here have any thoughts on what they're up to? Yeah, I get that. Oh, she does, Sienna. She does. Crazy B6, thank you for sharing. You guys are amazing.
It's in October. And when I pulled up there.
So if it's upcoming in October, Music City Mom, are you still in here? Do you know when that, like, the cutoff for booths? I bet the cutoff was probably 6 months ago. Terry, I don't know. I have no idea.
Page, the vendors are now sold out. Vendors are now sold out.
But if you get a sponsorship,
you guys stop apologizing for derailing. I don't want to hear any more apologies for anybody ever derailing or anything. I'm choosing to engage because these are things that I want to talk about. So don't mind me. We're just pausing because it's important to me. Congrats. 210 days sober is incredible. And you are correct. It's a slippery slope. Back and forth, and never knowing. I understand. But thank you for sharing. Please do not ever apologize for derailing. I know that sometimes you guys just need to talk to. Seriously.
For $500 to $10,000, you're in Lifeline, but it still has nothing to do with Sebastian.
Yeah. You can get a sponsorship. You can get people to give you money and say, we're going to put up a tent out here. But if it had to do with Sebastian, they would have to get the okay from the Proudfoots and Bowerstocks first.
She says she didn't get an email response from Mr. Gilly, but she talked to somebody on the phone, the Parks and Rec guy. Misty Blue, make it make sense. They already told, like, she got an email back from Kratic already. Gilly didn't respond. And she talked to somebody on the phone that supposedly told her all this, like, you need permission, you need approval, all of that. Like, it just, none of this makes sense. Release the call, Lolly. Blue Eyes. Put out the call that she recorded with this guy and let us hear him say that he was going to lunch with them. Where is that coming from? Because I'm not taking your word for shit. Release the call. Let us hear it.
Why? Those people didn't like Sebastian. They took all their grandkids to Disney. Sebastian wasn't one of those. So why did they need to give permission?
The vendor cutoff was probably months previous to Marcy.
I'm telling you, this is crooked as it can come. There is no other way to say it. No other way to put it. I've done festivals. That is the most off thing I've ever heard. It's crazy. But yet they beg you.
Again, nobody gives a fuck about your festivals. Truly, it has nothing to do with the Pigfest in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Your experience in this arena is null and void.
Keep showing his flyer. Keep putting it out there. Yeah, Kim, him going to lunch with them is a red flag. Oh, it's insane crazy. Makes me so mad. What are we doing this for? What are we sitting here every day talking about Sebastian, putting his face out there, keeping his name?
Oh, honey elder, that is, that's rough. That's rough. Give yourself grace, both of you. That is, give yourself a lot of grace, both of you. You deserve it.
Alive and out so everybody can see. And yet we can't have just one little tiny place to stand and pass out his flyer at an event that has nothing to do with his mother, stepfather, or step family. Come on now. They're not a sponsor. They should have no say so at all. And if they do, then it should be in writing somewhere. And $10 tells me in my gut, there is no contract with that family. They just tell people what they want and what they don't want. They do not want him found. You're right, Holly. They want to erase him. They would be happy to.
They want to erase him. What are you talking about? What is even happening here? What if these... I just responded. Janice in accounting, thank you. I just responded. That's a great idea, though. Very, very good idea.
Just erase him, just like they wanted to do with Nina. Do you have anything else you want to add to that? Or...
And again, Nina, there is no proof that what Nina claimed as factual. We have no indication that she was almost ran over, that the sheriff's department put her in her room, shut the lights off, held her there. We have no indication. She would have had a lawsuit instantaneously, and attorneys would have jumped on that shit. I'm sorry. We got to use logic here. Yes, does fucking crazy shit happen? Yes. Police departments have camera systems. That would have had film. I mean, come on, people. Patty, right? It is absolutely... And Kratic responded to them with a respectful answer. He has nothing to do with the Pigfest. That's what he said. Please pass out the appropriate flyer. But then we're being told by Betty in Crime Time Buzz that nobody can get a response from Kratic. Well, we have one within no time at all. So you mean to tell us that Seth is not getting any information, or is it that Seth isn't getting the information he feels that he deserves, or that the... Hold on, you guys. Something's going on with my dog. Hold on. I don't know. She must have.
Was Hank with you?
Yeah, Hank was outside.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
On the couch and
you okay? Oof, that gave me a heart attack. She just was screaming. Like, she does this like scream moan thing. Ever since she's been having these strokes, sorry, that just gave me a heart attack, and I need to decompress for a minute because I think my stomach just went out my toes. She will jump at times, and she's got like a pinched nerve or pinched something in her neck from the last stroke, and it just causes her so much pain. Nobody, you got to stay off of her. Hank was outside with me, though. Hank, please stop. You're too big. Okay, she's walking. Everything's good here. Let me show you. Hank, please stop. Please stop. Let her be. She's walking. She must have just twisted her neck or something and caused herself a lot of pain. Okay, back to this. Yeah, that's my baby. I know. Unfortunately, I'm kind of in the realization that she's 14. I know we don't have much longer, but this is my baby. This is my service dog. So
Well, I did message somebody else, and this is what I put, and I'm going to go ahead and read it to you.
Okay.
I put, "Good afternoon, sir. I hope KT had a good birthday. I know you may not want to talk, but I just feel so much pain for Sebastian that it is so overwhelming. It has been 16 months today and still nothing. What is going on with law enforcement? Why hasn't there been any updates? And everyone is quiet now, not even talking about them. It's like he has been forgotten. Please tell me and be honest what you think has happened to him. Please. I just wish he could be found. This child deserves it. And I hope you have a good day. Another thing is, I know Pigfest is coming up soon, and I would like to be able to hand out flyers at this outside of the venue.
Oh, hold the fuck up. Hold up. Hold up. Do you guys catch something? So the email that we were shown, hold on, 5133. Look at this email, okay? This email right here is what they showed us. Okay, now I want you to listen to what she's reading that she wrote to somebody else. I'm going to slow it down.
For Sebastian, that is so overwhelming.
They want to erase him.
That is fucking sick to say. It's on the lines of Betty saying that Sebastian is defective. You people are vile.
Be happy to just erase him, just like they wanted to do with Nina. Do you have anything else you want to add to that or say? Or
well, I did message somebody else, and this is what I put.
I did message somebody else. Does not disclose a name.
And I'm going to go ahead and read it to you.
Okay.
I put, good afternoon, sir. I hope KP had a good birthday. I know you may not want to talk, but I just feel so much pain for Sebastian that it is so overwhelming.
I hope KP had a good birthday. So I'm assuming this message might have went to Chris. Now, this is also the lady that claims that she went down and investigated the potential sighting. You remember when that happened and they took pictures and all that stuff? This is that same Blue Eyes. So I'm assuming this message was directly to Chris.
It has been 16 months today and still nothing. What is going on with law enforcement? Why hasn't there been any updates? And everyone is quiet now, not even talking about him. It's like he has been forgotten. Please tell me and be honest what you think has happened to him. Please. I just wish he could be found. This child deserves it. And I hope you have a good day. Another thing is, I know Pigfest is coming up soon, and I would like to be able to hand out flyers at this outside of the venue. I was told that you and Katie would have to be okay with that. I'm asking for your permission. It hasn't even been.
So, yeah, confirmed that it's to Chris.
Read.
So Chris did not read the message. I wonder why. I wonder why Chris wouldn't read the message from you when you have sat on this internet alongside Lolly numerous times lying about his wife, calling his wife an abuser, calling him an abuser, and you wonder why you're not getting responded to. Are you fucking joking? Wow. Oh, Elizabeth, tonight's going to be a lot of laughs. We're going to have some fun.
Too busy eating.
Yeah.
Okay, we're
Duchess. What am I going to do with you? Tell the old man I said that he can't play 2 rounds because last weekend, that was a lot. So only 1 tonight. I'm just joking. But tell the hubby I said hi, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. And I will talk to you later. Hey, Shop, it's good to see you. Nonsense. Read Pika's. I'm ignoring Pika. Okay, never mind. So if folks started contacting Seth with these questions, would that be considered harassment? Because this seems a little harassing towards the Proudfoots, right? Especially because we have no indication that it was actually said that they needed their approval, who this person was, anything of that nature. Yeah, probably. He's listening. He rolled his eyes and he laughed. Yeah, Pika, very, very valid. Very valid point. Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely. It was accusing them without accusing them. Their implications and intent is very, very noticeable. Very noticeable, if you ask me.
We're going to look into this real quick.
Has everybody in this chat seen Seth outside protesting and heard what he said? Hey, Kay. Has everybody seen him protesting and what was being said? Like what was verbally coming out of his mouth as he was screaming at the building? Get him out from, is he underneath your desk? Like the things that were said were just mind blowing to me. Again, I understand he's a parent of a missing child and there's got to be frustration there, but he and his team have done this.
Like I said, you can go to Pigfest website. You'll see their flyer put on by the Parks and Rec. Let me share this page. And we will show you exactly who owns and operates and all that, the parks in Hendersonville. The city of Hendersonville, Tennessee. Parks and Recs. Why, looky there. Andy Gilley. Well, there's Mr. Gilley. Wonder if he's the one that had lunch with Christopher today or the family.
What?
It is all right here on the city of Hendersonville. All their parks, all their things. Softball Park, Memorial Park, Drake's Creek Soccer, softball, all of it's right here, folks. All on the City of Hendersonville, Tennessee website. Here's your calendar. Let's go to October.
What are they doing? I just don't understand this.
And let's go down, 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 down. Oh, look. October 23rd through the 25th at Veterans Park. There you go, folks. The city of Tennessee. The city of Hendersonville, Tennessee. These people have a say-so in what the city of Hendersonville does and does not allow.
Okay, get your tinfoil hat on. The green team's at it again.
Make
Oh, and you're gonna love At Nights. That's the opener to this. And by the way, I got your comment on the community or on the post today. I didn't find that weird at all. I would come stay with you in a heartbeat. I would in a heartbeat and no questions asked. You're one of my faves.
This one makes sense to me because it does not. There you go. 57 days. Oh, there's some of their big main sponsors. Don't see anywhere on here where it says the Bauer Sox and Proudfoot family. Oh, and how many years did he tell you Pigfest has been in Hendersonville?
2.
2 years.
Annual.
The second annual. But look here on their website, it tells us it's the 5th annual Hendersonville Pigfest. The Oak Ridge boys will be there. They're going to have an all-star slam, super slam, steak dinner.
See what they're doing though? They're just causing problems. Okay, we're not going to listen to a lot of this, but here for anybody that hasn't seen the protest that was going on, again, there's certain things that, you know, his looks, things, I don't care about that shit. What I care about is the things that he was yelling. And then the green team has spun off of some of this. Let's listen for a few.
I've been asking for months, for over a year, that he needs more than one set of eyes on this case. So Brandon Carter, why don't you ask some of your friends to help you?
Well, there's that. I'm telling you, they're up to something. They've all taken this misinformation of Lolly. Betty's been spinning it Wally's been going on panels talking about it. There's no proof of this call. There's no proof that they went to lunch. There's no proof of any of this stuff. They've got a response from Kratic, who was very kind, just asked him to spread the correct flyer. That's it. That's all. I mean, just absolutely wild. But they're going to run with it all they can. I played her in the beginning of this one, and the delusional shit she was spewing about, they don't care about these ransom, ma'am. That went to one of your subs. And then you sent it over to At Night Intelligence, and they said that they went to multiple countries because of the ransom. Come on. Come on. They act like they're playing a fucking video game.
Sheriff Kratic, why don't you actually hire somebody?
Hey, Deborah.
You want money, but you got to do your job in order to get money.
Patty, I don't understand it either, but I mean, I have my theories of why. I really do, but I don't know.
I mean, you're in an elected position. There's a reason why you don't have the funding anymore. And it's obvious. You don't have anybody competent doing their job.
There's a reason why you see the same things being spewed. We heard Betty saying that their budget. So Sumner County's budget being cut is directly because of Kratic, Carter. What?
Anything else that you want to add that I haven't asked yet? Any thoughts?
No, not really.
Thank you
Not
so much.
professional.
I don't know.
I mean, I'd like to find out, hey, Kratic, are you playing cards with Christopher Proudfoot tonight?
Are you playing cards, Kratic? Are you playing cards with Christopher Proudfoot tonight? What?
You see, that would be insulting, wouldn't it? Unless they are, and then they can, he's got my phone number. Maybe if I come over and meet him at cards, he'll tell me where my son is.
This is his news interview. This is what he says to news media. Caitlin Quisenberry, who that one needs her head pulled out of her fucking ass.
I just want to know where my son is. I want them to do their job. I want them to accept help when it's offered.
You want them to accept help when it's offered. What?
If I was a sheriff and I have a missing child and the U.S. Marshals called me up and said, hey, we'd like to assist you. Is that okay? I'd be like, yes, it sure is. I appreciate it. When do you want to meet? Can we meet now?
This whole push with the U.S. Marshal thing is very weird to me. Again, I don't know what they're going to provide that the FBI, the Secret Service, the TBI, Sumner County cannot do, but they're stuck on it. The FBI has already been involved. We've been hearing Seth for a long time say that he wants the FBI to take over. They've already been involved.
But he doesn't want the help. And if he's not going to accept the help when it's offered, and he's not going to request help, and for a year and a half, my son's not here?
Absolutely, much endeavor.
If that's not corruption, what is? I mean, we've already moved past.
Again, accusing them of being corrupt is probably not opening up lines of communication.
The initial investigation, and I already saw what they did there. So we could just say that's incompetence. But now
So he saw the initial investigation and he said that that's incompetence. Meanwhile, you and Tony were on channels not long ago saying you had established a good relationship with law enforcement and were talking to them almost daily, if not every other day.
We're at a year and a half. At what point in time does incompetence stop? It's not a
It is, Faye.
role.
It is.
Not for the deputies. Not for deputies that want to be.
Nope, you're right. So that's been the back and forth. So they initially claimed that law enforcement wouldn't tell him anything. Then over around Christmas time, they started, Crime Time Buzz started telling people about these grand jury indictments and when the grand jury convened. And then Tony and Seth came out and said that they were working alongside law enforcement, had great relations and communication with law enforcement. They were very happy with how things were going and looking. And then we find out once again, according to them, that they're no longer talking again. Kim, I looked too, and I cannot find anything of the U.S. Marshals reaching out to help and being denied. I can't find anything either. Yes, Revival, the E's were coming out and saying that an arrest was imminent. Crime Time Buzz was saying that the grand jury was convening. It was all around Christmas. Tony was saying that they overheard neighbors, like the rumor mill on the green team was amping up majorly, all in this fucking PR stunt to make it look like Katie and Chris were going to be indicted by a grand jury on a no body case. Betty was talking about, you know, they can prosecute on a no body case. And that's when she, yeah, no, you're right. You're right, Shop. It's been up and down, up and down, up and down.
Take their oaths. Supposed to be here for the people. The Constitution is supposed to serve the people. Deputies take an oath to the Constitution to serve the people. And I don't see them serving my son at all. And if you don't take care of your children, there's not going to be anybody 15 years from now.
How scared.
Sheriff Kratic, you want to tell me where my son is?
What? Again, and then you have Crime Time Buzz out here saying and implicating that Kratic knows where Sebastian is. What are they doing and why? Hey, Lauren.
I'd like to know where Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is. Why didn't you accept the help when the U.S. Marshals gave you a call? Why will you not accept help to find my son?
I don't know if you guys are able to hear or not. I don't know. This is the first time that I've went live without my live stream on my phone. So I don't know, but we are out here with Seth and man, oh man, hold on.
We're going to fast forward.
Eric Kratic will not show his face. Jeff, will you come up here? I got to get him to hold the phone so I can put my shoe back on. But my foot is still cramping. Jeez.
So they've
got a cramp in my foot.
If you want to watch more of those videos, they're over there on, it is called, this channel is Astrology for Mystics with Jen. I don't even know what to say, you guys. The green team is up to their same shenanigans as always. I don't understand the purpose of it, truly, whatsoever, but you see how they're all coordinating these attacks of misinformation, and they're all cycling through every bit of it. Yeah, much endeavors. It's just outrageous. Outrageous. Pika, Jennifer Jennings is from that area, from my understanding, yes. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea what to think anymore. And then you've got this to top it all off. I mean, how are people even believing this shit anymore? Or going along with this shit? Here's At Night. Oh, let me make it bigger. Sorry. I read this at the beginning, but this just kind of takes a background. Due to the escalating complexity and mounting international tensions in the region, where At Night is actively searching for Sebastian Rogers, we may be compelled to turn to the public sooner than anticipated, depending on confirmation regarding the detainee's status. In preparation, At Night is prepared to issue an international bolo alert, I thought they already did, accompanied by footage of a subject overseas who bears a strong resemblance to Sebastian. This release is intended to amplify awareness and accelerate verification. Our deployment on the ground comprised of 2 men and 1 woman, remains positioned in an active conflict zone. They are working in real time with both international authorities and militant intermediaries to determine whether the subject was prematurely released before a conclusive identification could be secured. Despite limited numbers, our team continues to push forward in an environment where security, timing, and clarity are all under extraordinary strain. What? What the shit is going on? Seriously. This is not cool. At all. Not at all. Oh, here you guys go. Here's another one. Here's Seth screaming.
Don't take it personal. I mean,
3%. On 20.
oh, we had somebody come out earlier.
It's hard to hear him, but you'll hear it more clearly when he turns the mic on in a second. This is Mr. and Mrs. Car Guy, I guess.
Did you find him up there? I hope you fed him lunch. Sebastian deserves 3 square meals a day and 2 snacks at the bare minimum. I know he likes popcorn with his movies.
The chat's not available, Janice in accounting. It's not available. Live chat is not available on this one. I'll look. Thank you for the super chat.
He likes his Reese's peanut butter cups too. He likes chocolate milk. He likes his ice cream.
Chocolate milk, Reese's peanut butter cups. What are you doing?
I mean, he likes cheese pizza.
You like cheese pizza?
4 or 5 cheese pizza. Doesn't like coffee run. You gonna tell us why you're not accepting help to find my son?
Gonna tell us why you're not accepting help to find my son?
Or is that too difficult for you?
Or is that too difficult for you?
I mean, do you have to have somebody tell you how to answer?
Do you have to have somebody tell you how to answer?
If you can't be a decent sheriff, maybe you should step down.
You can't be a decent sheriff. Maybe you should step down.
I know a couple gerbils and 1 groundhog that can do a better job.
I know a couple gerbils and a groundhog that could do a better job. Yeah, taunting the police department that is heading the investigation into the disappearance of your missing child is what I recommend. What are they doing? Yeah, T. Godzilla, I mean, it's people's it's people's right to protest. And as long as he's not doing anything, part of me thought he was out here looking to get arrested.
Just saying.
I mean, he just goes on and on.
On my end. Jeez Louise. I don't need an umbrella. What?
Well, on when they go to jail.
Right.
When they go to jail.
see Seth and you and but now I can't. It's all blank. I can see the chat and they.
Oh God, that guy. Nope, not watching that. Yeah, it's just they've been out there taunting him, like taunting the sheriff's department for what? For what? I don't understand what the big push is, but you can see that they are really amping up again. I don't get it. I don't get it. But that's all I have for this one. You guys have been here with me for 3 hours. Sorry that was kind of whiplash and all over the place. But I just wanted to kind of walk it back and show you where the source of the misinformation with the whole emails and Blue Eyes and Wally going from panel to panel and how that's trickled to Betty, Crime Time Buzz, all of them. And a lot of that's starting with Seth. This is a very coordinated attack. And when I say that, it is an attack. It's an attack on Sebastian's parents. And Seth is a part of all of it. No matter how many times I can acknowledge that he is the father of a missing child, Seth is actively a part of the misinformation and the attacks on Chris and Katie. The constant attacks, the chaos, the fuckery, the lies. Why? Doesn't make sense to me. All right, you guys, I'm going to let you go for now. Thank you all for hanging out with me through this one. Thank you for the support. Thank you to those of you that shared amazing moments with us today. That was great. I will see you guys back in 4 hours for a shit show. Again, grab your popcorn, because if you didn't watch last night, you're in for it. And if you've already watched last night, trust and believe. I'm putting a spin on it because I pulled up a bunch of shit that is a pattern of behavior and lies. I think I might have been hacked. We've heard that before. Yeah, I got them ready. So I will see you guys very soon. Snake nonsense. Oh my gosh. I hope you guys have a good evening if I don't see you later tonight. Bye.